What's ripping? The late night anger management class has begun as the pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between along for the ride from Costa Rica to California, from Montreal to Minnesota. Let's rock. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to on the program this evening. Bob Bano will step up and in. There's a ton of games that are tipping off like right now, like literally and figuratively like right now. So let me blast through these games that we just personally laid it down on. And we pretty much played the card tonight. We took Montana, the Grizzlies. We got the Grizzlies +6. We laid 13 with the Nevada Wolfpack. Southern Utah +7. We've got Stanford and Montana over 145. We've got Pepperdine in Southern Utah over 161.5. I took Northern Colorado +5 against Pepperdine. And I went, against UC Davis, and I went over 134 in the UC Davis game. Because I know the question's going to come, hey, who do you like? Who are you on? Who do you like? Settle down, fun videos. Who are you on? What do you like? Who are you on? What do you like? So we're coming out of the gate right now. I'm telling you, you can still get in on some of these games actually right now. Although, no, most of them have been taken off the board. We have an NBA game. Listen, I posted these on Twitter about 10 minutes ago. We decided to go all in with some late night degenerate action after absolutely crushing the MLS game this evening. Love MLS playoffs. Like that close-up. Old school SCTV. Would you like some pancakes? No, but what I would like is the Winnipeg Jets to win this hockey game this evening. I feel like, we can get on a little bit of a roll here tonight. We jumped in, man. We thought TFC would get this shit done. TFC gets it done. It wasn't easy, but they get it done. We took TFC alone, but we also took them. I wish we would have got to this last night, but we get caught up in the basketball. Watch my TV show. What can I tell you? Or watch the plays of the day. I did a full segment on these games today. But we'd like TFC to win this game, and I thought it would be a low-scoring game. I live minutes from the stadium. It's cold. It's windy. It's not conducive to soccer and scoring. The under was 2.5, and it was plus money. I didn't get that. It was -150 to the over. I didn't understand that, and I wasn't scared by the number. And we fucking hammered the under 2.5. Then I clued in, man. They're not going over 1.5 here. Let's hit the 1.5 at that plus money. We hit TFC. We should have hit TFC at the half as well, actually. I knew they were going to score, but I already had a big play on TFC. I already had another TFC parlay, like a separate play on TFC. So we're very pleased about the way that game went. We hit the under 2.5 at a couple of books. Nice plays. We hit the in-game under 1.5 at two different books. Second half at one place, under 1.5. We hit TFC for the win, and now I can just kick back, and we got the Sounders tomorrow night. That parlay, that's investing. That's not betting, I'm an impatient motherfucker, man. We talked about the crack cocaine of betting last night and going all in, and, who's going to win the tip-off? No run in the first inning. Last night we got into some real degenerate betting when we started taking the will there be a goal in the next 10 minutes in a hockey game? I'm not in the mood to do that tonight. As you can tell, I'm still under the weather. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I'm under the weather right now still. But we'll give you a couple hours here this evening. But Bano's going to step up and in a couple of minutes. We've got a lot of football to get to. We do have a NBA game. It's the oh God. I knew the Lakers were playing, but I didn't remember that. Oh no, it's Laker night here tonight. It's Laker night tonight. Oh God. What up, Truth? All right, we'll ask you guys for the old thumbs up out of the gate. I see two motherfuckers have already given us 2 thumbs down. Screw you. It's probably that Jacob Ross tool that we booted out last night. Looks like I'll have to give myself a thumbs up here. Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review social media pages. Motherfuckers. Of course, it's got to be the fucking Lakers tonight, man. Of course. All right, guys. My apologies. My apologies, but, you know, get ready. We're about to get fucking ambushed, man. I used to live in some dumpy-ass motherfucking apartments, man, when I was younger with fucking rats and cockroaches and shit. It's like, you know, we used to sleep with the lights on because it was better that way. All right? I don't know if you've ever lived in a place like that where it's just better that way. You know, I swear, I lived in one place, man. I was like, man, I was in the kitchen. I was like, fuck, if I turn the light off, I was like, let's just turn the light off and see what happens. I turn the light off, and within seconds, I hear eat all. I'm like, oh, God. That's like a Laker game. It's inevitable. We're turning the lights off. The fucking rats are coming out of the fucking walls, man. The rats are ready to come out of the walls. Let's just do a little dress rehearsal. Let's just make sure we're ready to go. Well, good job, boys, but you don't want to waste all your ammo. Better check in on the on SEAL Team 6. You boys ready to go? Yeah, all right. How the Rangers doing? You guys ready? Because we're going to have trouble in about 21 minutes time. We're going to have a bunch of fucktards asking us if we're going to stream the game. Are you guys ready to go? What about our grenade? All right, good. Shit really gets real and we have to fucking chase some people. We go with fucking audio warfare. This will chase him away. Dear God. Make it stop. Holy fuck. Whoa. Fuck. I apologize for that one. We went a little too far. Whoa. All right. Whoa, man. I think my fucking neighbors just fucking heard that. Holy shit. Oh. Fuck, we just waterboarded ourselves, essentially, boys. We just Cuban embassied ourselves. Well, that was rough. I need some sort of sound, man. All right, I was just trying to set the tone to let them know we've got audio warfare if needed. we've got we can blast them out if we have to. I'll accept that, Nick. I'll accept to settle down towards myself for that one. Hey, listen, like a lot of militaries, I went too far, right? I apologize. Settle down, the goat. Who am I rocking with, as Jason? I just rattled off 18 picks. We're on Montana +6. We're on Nevada -13. We're on Southern Utah +7. We're on Stanford and Montana over 145. We're on Pepperdine and Southern Utah over 161. We're on Northern Colorado +5. And I'm on UC Davis, Northern Colorado over 134. We've got an NBA game coming up, the LA Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. I'm not sure about Kevin Durant. I don't think Kevin Durant's playing. NBA's tough. NBA's tough for finding out who's in and who's out. Curry is back. Steph Curry is playing. I'll tell you what, guys. The Golden State Warriors have fucking smashed the LA Lakers when they play them. I know it seems like we're laying a lot on the road here, but I've already laid my bet. I've already got it in. We're pulling the trigger on the Golden State Warriors. I think the Golden State Warriors beat them. You know what I like? I think, listen, the Golden State Warriors lost their last game. All right, the Warriors lost their last game to the Sacramento Kings. They're going to be in a bad mood after that. I saw a stat this evening. Steph Curry, last 16 times without Kevin Durant, he's averaging like 28 points a game. This might be some props. We'll take a look at some props here, actually, boys. But I'll tell you right now, I already played the Golden State Warriors. I rattled off these crap-ass college games. Oh, yeah, I like UCLA as well. UCLA as well. So many fucking games here. Got to follow me on Twitter like my main man Shy Picks does. Shy Picks knows what I play. I can't come to your house and click it for you. I think Shy Picks got in on those in-game soccers that I was tweeting about. You can follow me at Sports Rage. Oh, you looked up the Cagney Lynn Carter show, Kyle. Nice. I told you, she's a sweet girl. Is KD playing? Oh, that's even better. That's even better. The more followers, the more he falls. I don't know what you're talking about. Who falls? What Twitter? Love Cagney Lynn Carter. Cagney Lynn Carter is very nice. What up, Johnny Kicknuts? All right, so Kevin Durant is playing. That's even better. Yeah, listen, I already played it. I played the Golden State Warriors. What did I play? What was the number? I played it about 40 minutes ago because I get flustered once this show starts and I don't get my plays in. Fuck, I got a lot of bets going here right now. Yeah, I've got the Golden State Warriors -12. And I've got the Golden State Warriors -7 in the first half at one place for a pretty nice little play here. Let me make sure what I have going on at this other book right now. Fuck. I just played a lot of action. Oh, yeah, we have the Raptors. We still have that Raptors, too. Raptors won, and we have it. We just need the San Antonio Spurs to close this game out, and we win that parlay as well. We're killing it. We're like Donald Trump. Are you tired of winning yet? But I don't have. Let's get these bets in at this other book. It's 79-73 right now, so we're not out of the woods yet. All right, listen, the in-game total is 79-73. I was going to say let's go over the number, but let's not. Let's not. Let's get in on the first half. So as I was saying, the Lakers, it's 7.5 now, first half. Fuck me. Less talking, more clicking. I'm going to take a shot. I'll go bigger here. Fuck. I don't like the number, but Wait. Can I get it another? Wait. Fuck. What about Lakers? What about fucking 4.5 in the first? Now we're just getting greedy. All right, we just laid it. We laid 7 and 7.5. Fuck, I don't have a choice. I laid 7.5 in one spot. So as I was saying, Sacramento beat Golden State the other night. Golden State aren't going to like that. And, they're going to say, listen, fuck, we lost the other night. Let's come out and let's not even let the Lakers fucking hang around in this shit. Let's just beat the shit out of them early. Last time they played a couple of weeks ago, 109-94 for Golden State. So they won by 15 points as 13.5-point favorites. The time before that, they won by 24 as 13.5-point favorites. The game before that, they beat them 149-106. The last 3 times they played, Golden State have destroyed them. It's in Los Angeles. That's the one thing with the Lakers. You might be a young fucking fuckstick team, but you play in L.A., and other teams like to show up in LA. It's a media center. Other players show up. I personally think Golden State smoke them. I'm not in love with the total though, because I'm worried. I think they might kill them so much that we're going to sweat out the total. That's why they have pencils, have erasers, and that's why sportsbooks have in-game. We'll check the pace. If it's a quick pace, we'll jump in. But the Golden State Warriors play defense, and they can clamp down and beat the Lakers pretty easily. They can shut the Lakers down offense if they wanted to. Golden State are 15-6 straight up, but they are just 9-12 against the spread. They're 7-3 straight up on the road. Let's crunch some road numbers a little bit deeper. With Golden State. Last time, Golden State haven't played a road game in a little while. They actually lost Oklahoma City. So yeah, we're laying the points. I lean with the over. Golden State's probably going to hang 120 on them or something like that, if not more, 125. But, it wouldn't surprise me, if the score was 120-100. I'm sort of counting on Golden State smashing them, and I don't really want to sweat out garbage time. So that's where we're at. Let's bring in the man known as Ian Cameron, a.k.a. He's known as Bo Bano. You like that? You have your own entrance music now. CFL, NHL, NFL, college football. You want to get rich like Tony Soprano? You follow Babano. He's your man. Ian Cameron steps up in it. What's going on, Babano?
Reminds me of that scene in Seinfeld where Jerry Seinfeld's trying to finish the marathon and he's going like that in slow motion. It sounds like the music's set to that scene or something that you're giving me here as intro music, but I appreciate it. Anytime I can get intro music, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's like Chariots of Fire. Dun, 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 dun.
Exactly. I feel like I'm about to win some great grand prize or something.
You know what? Actually, I see. I'm looking right now on SBR here on the YouTube description. They did not put the Lakers in it. Oh no, they did. It's Warriors. I'm an idiot. It's the first thing I'm looking at. It says Jets-Avalanche. I'm like, oh, that's good. I'm like, oh, maybe that's why we have less viewers tonight. It says Jets-Avalanche, but no, it says Warriors-Lakers right off the top. Oh boy, here it comes. Yeah.
See, even as a big hockey fan, I got a hockey show on SBR. Even I got to chuckle at the hockey jokes. Get your jabs in when it comes to hockey.
Look at you, self-promotion right away. I have a hockey show on SBR. We know, Babano. We know. Word on the street is you hog all the airtime.
I'm the host. I got to talk more than the rest.
No, the host means you put it on the tee for everyone else.
And I do that as well. I'm an everything man right here. You're looking at him, the one and only.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just going back to the time that people, big man on campus, and Bruce Chat said they were watching the show, and they said you talked for like 22 minutes, and you had a bunch of guys and little screens just sitting there waiting.
I wish they'd talk more. They got to send me more games to talk about. They give me their list, and that's all the games they talk about, and it's the ones they have betting opinion on. So I wish there were days that they talked about every game and give my mouth a rest. Give me a chance to drink some water here. I need sometimes doing that show.
It looks like you're drinking beer, Babano, again. I don't see any water. I see a mug of beer behind you.
No, tonight it's beer. No, in the morning it's water or coffee. I'm not that much of an alcoholic. Come on now.
What time do you start drinking at?
6 o'clock. Right at the end of the afternoon, and
6 o'clock.
Moderately though. This is only my third beer tonight. It's moderately. We pace.
I gotta say, Babano, even in my younger days when I was a fucking coke sniffing, metal playing, motherfucking drunk, even I would wait till like 9 o'clock.
I know. When I get the long day of work in, the capping's done, the shows are done. I've started to place the bets for the night. I got to have a nice little relaxation time, and we crack the beer open, and we're all set to go. That's when I do it. 6 o'clock. Spread it out.
Hey, he's like he's a steel worker or something. Long day of work. He's hosting a fucking 20-minute hockey podcast.
Hey, try capping 6 sports at this time of year. I know it's not labor, it's not physical pain and stress, and you're worried about cracking a hammer on your finger or something like that. I understand. I'm not going to put myself through blood and carve my body up doing this job, but you certainly carve your brain up doing it sometimes. Carve your confidence up sometimes when you have a losing night, which unfortunately I am so far tonight. But that's another story.
I'm just busting Babano's balls. Breaking down hockey references are going from the door. Yeah. I don't know. You guys didn't know that Mick Ossie and Babano moved in together?
Yeah, I think so. We got the same where the hell are they coming from type of background going on. Yeah,
it's like you guys are in the same room being held hostage.
Exactly. No, it's just where else am I going to do it? In the basement? No good.
I'm dying here. All right. So what we got? We got the Lakers and the Warriors going off the board in a couple of minutes, and it seems like a consensus in the chat. I don't see anybody taking the Lakers here. We're all laying a lot of points on the road, but Golden State are coming off an embarrassing loss in which their star players were out, and you know what? I see 4.5 in the first quarter. I'm tempted to lay that. I want to pop up some player props right now. But what's your take on this basketball game, Benno?
Yeah, I'm in on the Golden State here, laying 12. I think 12 is what I got, minus 12 with the Warriors. Great spot. I mean, it's Warriors off a loss that obviously is not going to sit well with them. I understand the issues around Durant and his status for this game, but who the hell cares? They can do well, nevertheless, whether he suits up or not. Golden State should have focus for this game, and I don't trust the Lakers with Golden State's A game likely going to show up here in this game tonight. What are you going to do? Give the ball to Lonzo 10 times at the end of a game here like they did the other night and have him shoot threes left and right, which is a complete disgrace. That's a terrible job by Luke Walton. I don't understand what the thought process is there in letting Lonzo Ball shoot the goddamn ball as much as he does, but the Lakers are paying the price for it. Yeah.
He usually doesn't. I don't know what the hell happened in the last 2 minutes. Thank God we got the push, but I've been talking about Luke Walton. Luke Walton's not the right guy for this job, right? We got the second half here for where is it? For Duke and Indiana. 83.5 second half. I'm already in on the over of the game. Already in on the over. Duke's up by 4 right now, 42-38 at the half. We don't have a side, but we did play over 153.5. Do we push it and fucking grab the over 163.5 second half here?
Duke did not play a great first half defensively. You would think they're going to tighten it up a little bit.
No, I'm gonna jump on little play. Half the unit that we put on the original game over. I don't think it'll slow down. I'm kicking myself is fucking Miami, Florida. We're getting 6. I was gonna take that shit and I didn't, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't.
I had no interest betting against Richard Pitino and his Golden Gophers. They've started the season really strong, really impressive. They're a veteran, senior laden roster. great starting five, great depth on this team. But Miami's a very talented basketball team. We know with Coach Jim Larinaga there that, they're going to be well coached. They're going to be prepared. And that was a game I totally stayed away from. I didn't want to fade Minnesota. They've been that good so far. But I knew they'd be tested by Miami. And so far, they're getting that test. They're down 7 early second half. A good one going on there.
Yeah, I'm pissed I didn't take Miami. I liked it, but I've already bet too many games tonight. I got a million fucking games going on. For the record, though, we're winning so many games I can't even keep up. Where's the thanks? We tweeted out too. Raptors and Hornets in-game over 229.5. That fucking sailed way over that number. But we're only as good as our next pick. So we'll keep our eye on this. I do like the second half over, but I got the over already in the game with Duke and Indiana. As I stated, I laid the 7 and the 12 in the Golden State game, but I also laid 7.5 in the first half, and I'm tempted to lay 4.5 here. Right before tip-off. But
news must have traveled that we talked about the hockey show, Gabe. Look who's in our chat room right now. Andrew McInnes, one of my fellow Ice guys, is here. Welcome, Andrew. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you on the late-night anger management class. Time to loosen you up now after all this time.
No, here's Andrew McInnes. Nice to have you here, Andrew. We'll get you on sometime, Andrew, and talk hockey. You could be on a show where the host lets you talk a bit. Yeah, poor Andrew McInnes, the guy's out here. He's
sorry, Gabe, you're not the host for that kind of show. Come on.
No, he's in the chat right now, so he can actually fucking get his picks out there. Yeah. You talk so much in the beginning of the show. There's no airtime for McInnes left.
Gabe talking like this when he's the one to talk about giving his guests time to speak. Oh man, Gabe, you're funny.
See, that's the difference, though, Babano, between me and you. I'm actually funny. So that's the
burn, yeah.
That's the difference. All right, Hill Country. We just fucking said it. I don't know how many more times. Golden State. Right? Golden motherfucking State. We're on Golden State minus the points, and we're on Golden State in the first half. All right, I got to make sure the guns are right. I got to make sure I don't do that high-pitched squealing sound again. That shit didn't work out well for any of us. Craig West says I'm a dick. I guess it could be debatable. I've been called worse. I can live with that. All right, so I'm on the Winnipeg Jets as well tonight, but there's no other late hockey going on. This game's 1-1, so you can we can still bet it. The line is exactly what it was before the game started. And in fact, I love jumping on these in-game 6.5s when I get an opportunity to. 1-1 after 2 periods of play. We got an over-under 6.5 in-game right now, minus 145. I'm on the Winnipeg Jets to win this game. I got to tell you, I always fucking lose when I bet the Jets, Babano, but I like the Jets in this spot coming into the game tonight.
Yeah, I like the over in this game, 5.5. I bet 5.5. I released it at 6. It moved to 6 pretty quickly. Colorado's been this weird little under-the-radar totals trend where they've gone 9-1 over the total in their last 10 games on 3 days of rest or more. I mean, it's just been one of those weird little totals things that I thought we could take advantage of.
Oh, yeah, 3 days rest or more. They always go over, or 9 out of last time 10.
Exactly. It seems like when they have extra time between games, they skate faster, they are more aggressive, they get more chances, more shots on goal. And that's been the pattern for Colorado under this coach, Jared Bednar, going back to last year, and it's continued that way. So I thought this game could be lower scoring, and I'm with you on Winnipeg. They're a bet-on team all the way for me right now. They're playing great. They can score goals. Their power play is lethal right now. One of the better power plays in the league. Colorado, one of the worst penalty killing units in the league. It's another reason why I like this game over. Jets could be able to take advantage with the man advantage, but Nikolai Ehlers and Blake Wheeler and Patrick Laine and Brian Little and Mark Scheifele, there's guys that can put a puck in the net for Winnipeg, and they played better defensively. Hellebuck's been solid enough in goal, and you put that formula together, Gabe, and you got a red-hot Winnipeg team that's, 15-8 or something right now? They're making some noise. It's a question of can they sustain it.
All right. So I think we can both win because I just clicked under 6.5. So if it gets to 6, it gets to 6. You know what I'm saying? But I had to take this under 6.5. I can't leave this on the table. Let me just see if I can get this in another book as well. Come on.
Second period just started, but they might still let you get it in. I don't know.
Yeah, no, this should be live betting. Oh, fuck off. There isn't at this fucking place.
There you go. I know some books only have intermission.
Live betting for fucking a Mexican soccer game America to Mexico. How is the team named America to Mexico? Right? It's either America or it's Mexico. Right? You can't have it both ways. You know what? Actually, I used to have a jersey. I still have this jersey of Central America's. Actually, America to Mexico. I went to Mexico before, and I was all wasted. And I was in like this sports shop, and I saw this cool jersey, and I didn't know it was like a goalie jersey, and it was really unique, right? So I was all wasted and shit, and I'm like, I get it. And the shopkeeper's like, no, you don't want this. I'm like, why not? What's up, man? And he goes, no, this is Nacional, and he's telling me it's the national team. Fuck. And he goes, you should get a league team. You're not Mexican. Fuck. Yeah. Me too. I was like, yeah, I don't want that country. I hate that. I don't like seeing white guys walk around in Brazilian soccer jerseys. But now when I see the logo, I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah, Central America. I know this fucking team. All right, so, let's jump in on these motherfuckers. Plus 188. No, I don't have a strong opinion on that.
I get labeled as a soccer hater, but I'll be honest. I was kind of watching and keeping an eye on that Toronto FC game tonight. I kind of got interested in that a little bit. That was good to see them win. Good for the Reds. Good for the Reds there down at BMO Field. Congrats on to another MLS Cup for TFC. Way to go.
Yeah, that's correct. And settle down, Kyle Hamburg. Settle down. I actually like your Georgia Bulldogs this week. And maybe I'm going to take it back. All right. Maybe I'm going to take it back. Where's Matt Lauer? I don't know, man. He's at fucking sex rehab. He's a big pervert.
Big douche. Matt Lauer. Yeah.
I always knew Matt Lauer's big phony and fucking sleaze. You could tell. But like I said on the show earlier today, on the radio show, Matt Lauer interviewed Bill O'Reilly, okay? And Bill O'Reilly said, listen, I'm getting railroaded here. It's I'm not perfect, but it's not like people are making out to be. And Matt Lauer says to him, this is like a month ago, too. Matt Lauer says to him, he goes, well, Bill, he goes, you were their number one personality. He goes, you were the number one personality on their number one rated show. If there were just allegations without any serious background, I find it hard to believe they would take you off the air. And now here we are a month later with Matt Lauer in a similar situation. So his own words, like I told Cam today, if you're Matt Lauer, guys, and Shy picks you like this, like if you're Matt Lauer, you can't do that interview with Bill O'Reilly. You call in fucking sick. You fucking do whatever, man. You say, listen, it's a conflict of interest. I'm friends with him. You do whatever it is to get out of that interview because you fucking know. How are you going to interview and grill a guy for fucking harassing women when you're harassing women? You don't do the interview. You just do your call. Like I said, you're fucking sick. You can't do the interview. Give it to Savannah fucking Guthrie. Let her do the fucking interview. And you don't look like the big hypocrite that you do right now.
Yeah, exactly. Get out of that interview, Matt. Say there's a death in the family. Someone's ill. Even though we don't know if they're going to last much longer. I don't care if you have to bullshit. Get out. Yeah.
Didn't like Matt Lauer's wife die, though? Fuck it. I could be wrong. Maybe it was Katie Couric's husband, but I think that I could have swore his wife died. Fuck, and the guy's out here sleazing on chick. I don't know.
He never looked like a pillar of honesty from the beginning, Matt Lauer. There always seemed to be a little something about him in the background. There's something not right here. Something not kosher with this man on the Today Show here, Matt Lauer. Comes across so serious, so dignified, so straight and narrow. Nah, I kind of wasn't buying that up too. A
lot of us wonder the same thing about you, Babano. You come across very clean cut, and I don't know, Babano.
No comment. Which is what Matt Lauer should have said in the end, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Miami. No, Bill O'Reilly should have said that. Miami minus 4.5. No, I can't take that. I can't take that, Jason. They were getting 6. There's no value on this. We bet on the Warriors. We bet on the over. That's what we're playing. We bet on the Warriors the first half and the Warriors in the game. Young Jeezy, we're on Duke and the over. We're on Duke over second half. Not Duke, but Duke, Indiana over.
Over the total, yeah.
I can't repeat myself over and over. People miss it, they miss it. There should be some sort of like I said, it would be a good idea to have some sort of little fucking box up there. All right, so here it is. Book. It just got posted at 81.5. Actually, see, I'm going to hammer the over here. I'm hammering the over. Indiana and Duke, over 81.5. All right. I'll say it slower once again. Indiana, Duke. It's like the old 800 score lines. Over 81.5. Over.
There you
Duke,
go. It's
Indiana, over 81.5. We just played it. All right. It's in. It's in. It's done.
There you go. The second half bet from Gabriel Morency is Duke, Indiana, over 82. That is, yeah.
Yeah. I used to get that. I used to actually call those. I used to actually call those lines. All right, let's
with them. Yeah.
Let's get down to business. Yeah, I'm always on the over, but I don't bet every game. The key is to picking the fucking spots. All right, so let's get down to business, Babano. I'm going to bring it up. Not that I care about this, or not that, I'm not betting big on this. Maybe I'll find some props for this tomorrow, but NFL football tomorrow, Washington Redskins and Dallas Cowboys. Fucking steaming piece of crap this game is.
Oh, this game is. I have no words to describe this game either. It's terrible for a Thursday night game. Everybody's making this bold statement here that this is a save your season game for both of these teams. There is no season to save for either of these teams. I know they're 5-6. No, exactly. They're technically. I get it. They're technically still alive for whatever slim pickings chance they have at an NFC wildcard spot, but. At 5-6, it's not happening, even if they do win this football game. I can't lay any points with Dallas, though. I don't like what I'm seeing. I didn't like the almost flat-out quit from this team in the second half on Thanksgiving at home on national TV against the Chargers, and that's the effort and performance we got in a feeble form last Thursday. No, that didn't sit right with me whatsoever. I'll actually have to make a case for Kirk Cousins and the Redskins here. I'm sure I'll have some kind of action on this game. It's Thursday night football. It's hard not to. We all want to get something involved from a betting standpoint if we're going to watch this monstrosity of a football game in the end. So if I had to, I'd go to Washington here in this game. I just don't know what's left in this Dallas tank. Dak Prescott's flustered. We see this defense completely gashed in the second half of games repeatedly. They can't stop anything without Sean Lee, it seems. The captain of that defense sorely missed for this Cowboys team. Yeah, if I have to make a case for somebody in this game, Gabe, I'll make the case for Washington slightly.
All right, still 1-1 in the game. The in-game number just fell to 5.5, so the 6.5 looking good. Fuck, I should have put more in it. All right, second half. It's nice to see the Lakers on TV. They're never on TV, Babano.
I know, amazing. Where's the Raptors going to be on national television here in the States? It's about damn time. Never.
No, I know. Yeah, what's up with that? How is San Antonio doing right now?
Look, I know Toronto Raptors are a Canadian market. You don't garner a rating on American television, but can you not put them on one damn time on a TNT or ESPN showcase? No.
You're right. They got a bunch of all-stars on their team too. I mean,
it's like
a top 5 scorer, yeah. A bunch of Olympians. It's ridiculous. They don't get any respect. It is what it is, but I like it this way because you get value on the point spreads. The odds makers actually somewhat respect the Raptors. Like I said, the Raptors. If the Raptors just need a bunch of crazy shit to happen, LeBron James gets hurt, Kyrie Irving gets hurt, Raptors are in the finals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of these deals, and Boston. I'm not conceding to either of these teams, to be honest with you. All right, Lakers and Warriors have started. All right, let's just blast through the NFL, Babano. I mean. I'm not going through every game or anything like that. The league sucks. If somebody has a game, you can ask us about a game. All right, 2-0 Warriors out of the gate with Durant hitting the basket. But what games do you like? What catches your eye? I'll tell you what I like. A couple of games catch my eye, but I prefer to talk about college. I find the college games are much more entertaining this week.
Yeah, I don't fault you for thinking that. I mean, there's this NFL slate once again is pretty ugly. There's no question. I think LA Rams, Arizona over the total has kind of stuck out to me, 45.5 in that game. And the reason I say that is because we've at least seen a semblance of production at the quarterback position from Blaine Gabbert in a couple of weeks here with Arizona. I mean, they moved the football well enough against Houston. Even last week against a good Jacksonville defense, Blaine Gabbert made a few plays against a really good defensive team. So I think this Arizona offense has at least shown something these last couple of weeks. LA Rams offensively, they're going to do what they want against Arizona, because Arizona defensively, to me, has not been great, especially as the season's progressed. This should be an opportunity for Goff and company following that big win against the Saints last week to follow it up, get that momentum, keep it going. I don't want to lay 7 with the Rams in this spot, but I do like points in that game. I think over is one of my stronger opinions. Rams Cardinals this week.
Rams Cardinals over the number, says Babano. I saw Bruce Arians saying that if Carson Palmer's future's uncertain, that they have their quarterback already if Palmer's not back, and it's Drew Stanton. And I got to tell you, if there's one coach that the shine is worn off for me, it's this guy, Bruce Arians. He was overly hyped. We loved him. It was what it was. He covered he covered a bunch of spreads for 1 year, but it's done. This motherfucking guy, another so-called quarterback guru, they just insist on getting shitty quarterbacks all the time. It's ridiculous. It's like, you good luck with that, coach. You go with Blaine Gabbert as your fucking quarterback, man. Don't draft anyone like you haven't drafted anyone in fucking years. But I hear you as far as this game is concerned, but man, the total's only 45, so it's a very manageable number at 45. But it's fucking ridiculous that he thinks Blaine fucking Gabbert. Like, whatever, man. These guys are morons in the NFL. A total 42.5. This one's bouncing around. It went down. It was open to 42.5, went down to 41.5, back up to 42.5 right now. The Cleveland Browns and the LA Chargers. The Browns. The Browns are terrible, but we saw in the Dome against the Detroit Lions, they were able to put 24 points up on the board. They can make big plays. They'll do stupid things, but they can also make big plays. I don't think the Browns defense is going to be able to stop Phillip Rivers and Keenan Allen and Gordon and company. Chargers playing good football right now. They're gunning for a playoff spot. They're going to be pitching the ball all over the place on these guys. I think the total's too low here at 42.5. I'm going over the number in the Browns and the Chargers game.
Yeah, I mean, Cleveland's getting a lot of points there, but I'm at the point now where you can't even trust them at this point to cover a number. They find a way to screw it up, shoot themselves in their foot, and find a way not to cover a number. That's the Cleveland Browns basically on a weekly basis right now. But their offense has shown at least a little bit of ability to move the ball at times. They did it against Detroit. They even did it against Cincinnati a little bit last week with Kaiser. Coleman coming back recently at wide receivers helped the Browns a little bit offensively. Hopefully they can maybe put up 7, 10, 14 points. Chargers should be able to put up points. Problem is, though, this Chargers defense is really peaking right now. This secondary is looking better and better each week. They've got a lockdown secondary. They've got an elite pass rush with Bosa and Ingram. I mean, this is just one of those teams that is rounding into form right now, the LA Chargers. So I think the Chargers are going to get their share of points. It's just a question of, I'm not sure the Browns are going to get their share of points going into this game, but it is a low number, and it's not a crazy bet, 42.5 over. It is a low number.
That's an extremely low number. Cleveland Browns can score. Their offense can put points up on the board. They're just, like I said, they're just stupid. They'll turn it over, which is good for totals as well. Perfect weather conditions, that's the key to this, right? The Cleveland Browns have been a lot of bad weather games so far, actually. Not extremely bad weather, but for the time of the year so far. The Browns only averaging 15 points a game on the year, but they put up 19 points a game on the road, and they give up 31. I do believe that San Diego's probably going to get to 31. Like, San Diego averaged 25.2 points per game on their home field. I think they'll be a little bit better now, specifically against the Browns. And also, I think people in Los Angeles will start to jump on the Chargers bandwagon more, so it'll be more of a home field for them. We should note that the Cleveland Browns are 4-1 to the over on the road this year, because they give up a shitload of points. They're playing from behind all the time on the road. So let's go with the over in that game. That's one that
Speaking
I like.
of overs, Duke, Indiana, second half over, off to a great start. 50-45, 95 points now. There's been a boatload of points first 2 minutes of this half, so good start there.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We crush it in late night hours, Babano. This show's nothing but money for people that tune in. Kansas City Chiefs in a must-win situation against the New York Jets this week. I like betting on desperate teams. You know, there are some teams that are desperate, but they're terrible. And, you know, they can't help it. Even if they want to win, it's not going to help them to win. But the Kansas City Chiefs aren't terrible. You know, shit just hasn't gone their way. I'm not ready to abandon ship with them. The shine is shine. You know, it's not there as far as, this team's going to win the Super Bowl or can get to the Super Bowl and all that. But I like buying in on teams when everybody else gives up on them, similar to the Atlanta Falcons. And, the Jets are scrappy and shit, but I got a fair number here at 3. I think Kansas City wins this football game.
In theory, they should wake up, but I'm telling you what about this New York Jets team. I thought last week was supposed to be the week they start to realize that reality sets in and, wow, we're really up against it trying to get into the playoffs. We really start to fall off the cliff a little bit down the stretch, and their effort against Carolina was fantastic. I thought with a break or two going their way instead of going against them, they not only cover that number, they could have won that football game, to be honest, against Carolina. I mean, the effort still for this Jets team on a weekly basis is very, very impressive. I'm not sure I can trust KC. They are the better of these two teams in terms of talent, but my goodness, I mean, this offense has just all of a sudden crawled to a halt. We need to put out an APB on Kareem Hunt. Where the fuck is the guy? I don't know what's happened to him. He's disappeared off the face of the earth. Even Tyreek Hill's been shut down and neutralized in recent weeks. The defense is still a little bit suspect. Tyrod Taylor and the Bills did a good job moving the ball. And the one thing the Jets have done with McCown is he's proven to be a better quarterback than he was given any sort of credit for before the season began. And the Jets have they moved the ball pretty good last week against a pretty good Carolina defense. So I understand the spot and the desperation for the Chiefs. I'm not sure I can trust them, though, at this point.
For the record, the in-game right now is up to 175.5. That over 153.5 that we gave you in this game is looking pretty good right now. In this Duke and Indiana game, new in-game totals 175.5. And since we are all degenerates, listen, they're already nearly at 100 points. They're at 97 points right now with 18 fucking minutes left, guys. All right? No reason why we can't get to 174.5 in this game. Let's go over the number. We're pushing it, but this is what we do. All right. Like I said,
you know what? It's called riding the hot hand, Gabe. And if you feel you've got the hot hand right now, you be a little bit more aggressive. You don't bet more when you're losing. You bet more when you're winning. That's what you do. And if you're feeling good, you're feeling confident, go for it. That's what I say.
Well, we got to put ourselves in the best roles, right? And to me, my best role, we make money. Our pregame picks are pretty good, but the in-game stuff, when we get in a roll, these late night hours, and there's a bunch of games going on, and I start just playing the stock market. I look at it like a market. I just start mass volume, boom, 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 boom. When we see we can get value, we think there's good numbers. We hit it. We look to keep it going here. See, like I said, it's a tough board in the NFL this week. The games have caught my eye. I do like the Chiefs minus the 3. That Viking-Falcon game, I'm tempted by the Vikings, but it's a tough game. It's a real tough one. They're all fucking tough this week.
I'll be looking at Minnesota. I mean, how can you go against them as an underdog with the better defense? And everybody's saying, Case Keenum's going to fall on his face at some point. Well, I'm still waiting on that. And he's coming off one of the best games he's played as a Viking on Thanksgiving against Detroit. And he's got chemistry with his receivers right now, especially Adam Thielen. I mean, this guy's just making play after play after play down the field for Case Keenum, throwing the football. I mean, Minnesota's a complete team. Mike Zimmer's one of the top coaches. He's right there with Belichick, in my opinion, as a top NFL head coach right now in this league. And Atlanta's got some issues. I mean, everyone's crowing about Atlanta's little win streak here. He did it against Fitzpatrick and the Bucs last week at home. Big deal. Dallas, which has been a complete disgrace since Zeke Elliott's been suspended and Sean Lee's been out. They've done nothing. That's not a great win anymore. Seattle's banged up in the secondary. Even that win's got some luster taken off it. So let's see if Atlanta can step up here against the best defense they've faced in weeks. I'm not convinced. Maybe they do, and you're getting a bargain. You don't get Atlanta -3 at home often, but not for me. Minnesota or nothing for me.
Minnesota, yeah, I can't argue. Real tough game. That game, I think there'll be points actually too. I think the total's a little bit too low there at 47.5. I think that game will open up. Tough board, man. This game, I can't recommend to people to take the Buffalo Bills here. But I will tell you, this is one where I sort of have a weird feeling, all right? And I know the Bills pretty well. they've actually played the Patriots pretty tough over the years. We can't beat them, fuck, but we played them pretty tough. But I don't know, man. I have a weird feeling this week that New England really is not going to like this trip to Buffalo. I'm telling you. Like, I don't know if they win the game, New England. I'm saying New England can win the game, but I don't know if Brady gets fucking hurt, Gronkowski gets hurt. Something bad's going to happen to these fuckers. I'm telling you. And I just have a weird feeling that fucking Jerry Hughes is going to fucking put his fucking helmet in Brady's back in like the fucking first quarter, like second play of the game, bam. And we're going to knock him out of the game or something. It's funny. I was talking with Gary and Thorne, and he heard me telling someone this today. I said, I don't know, man. I said, I can't make an argument for the Bills. But I said, I got a weird feeling that Brady gets hurt. Fuck. I don't know why. I just do. Fuck. I have a weird feeling that something weird's going to happen to the Patriots in this game. And I think Jerry Hughes is going to be involved. Like, this is my fortune telling here. I said, I'm telling you, man, Jerry Hughes is going to fucking smoke Tom Brady at some point in this game and knock him out. And Gary and Thorne overheard me. And Gary doesn't talk to many people. He always has headphones on. He overheard me, and he goes, I overheard you, Gabe. And he goes, I'm a Dolphin fan. And he goes, I watched the Dolphin game. He goes, I swear to God, the Dolphins fucking nearly killed him a few times. And he said, they were getting to him big time. And they smoked him about 5 times, actually, last week. I think that's my prediction, guys. My out there crazy-ass Morency prediction is Jerry Hughes fucks Tom Brady up this Sunday somehow. Not illegally. And I'm not saying I want it to happen. I never root for injuries. But I just got a weird feeling that Brady's going to take a helmet in the back. He's going to get smoked fucking low at his knee or something like that. I think people are underestimating the Bills in that people think we're going to roll over and shit. We're 6-5. Our schedule eases up after this. We have to play these cocksuckers one more time at the end of the year. But we got the Dolphins twice. We got the fucking Colts. Like, we can win some fucking games. We're going to throw the kitchen fucking sink at these cocksuckers, and it's not Rex Ryan this time. Like I said, this is more of a feeling than anything else, but I think the Bills are going to give the fucking Patriots all they can handle on Sunday.
It could happen. It could, and I'll tell you what. After that breathing new life into them kind of win they got last week against Kansas City. Tyrod Taylor back in the fold. Everyone's happy again. The offense moved the ball. The defense looked a lot better than obviously it did against the Chargers and Saints when they were ripped apart to shreds on both against the run and the pass. This is the spot where you got to think to yourself, wow, we're actually in an AFC wildcard position right now going into this game against a team that, we're going to be up for it. It's Tom Brady. It's the hoodie. It's the New England Patriots coming in. This has to be.
We fucking hate them, Abano. You understand. It's past this level now. Like I said, I never cheer for players to get hurt. I'm not cheering for Brady to get hurt, but I want to fucking smoke these guys. Like, we got to hit them hard. We got to hurt them. Like, not injure them, but we got to fucking put a helmet in their fucking face and say no more, man. No, I don't give a shit who you guys are. No more. Tyrod Taylor's going to have to play the game of his fucking life. Tyrod's played well against the Patriots, but a lot of the Patriot Bill scores are sort of deceptive. They're garbage time, Babano. You know what I mean? The Bills will hang around. It'll be 14-14 in a second. Next thing you know, it's fucking 35-14 Pats. Next thing you know, it's 35-28 Bill but we're never really there. We're there, but we're not there. It's one of those type of deals. It's a tough one. I'm not telling people this is a best bet. I'm not telling other people to play it, but I'm telling you right now, I got a feeling that the Bills, I know we're throwing the kitchen sink at these motherfuckers. And we're going to blitz like motherfucking crazy. Everyone knows the one way to fucking beat these guys is to fucking beat Brady up. And I've seen over the last couple of years, we've frustrated Brady a couple of times. He doesn't like playing us because we do cheap shot him and shit. And Bill Belichick has said it too. Every time he plays the Bills after, he goes, that wasn't fun, fuck. Like, because, we're getting frustrated and we're starting to cheap shot them and shit a bit. It's not going to be a party for these fucking cocksuckers. I'm telling you right now, guys.
Well, last year in Buffalo, it was 41-25, but the Bills actually outgained the Patriots. It was turnovers. It was a lot of weird things that happened in that football game that probably made the final score a little bit more lopsided than it could and maybe should have been last year when these teams met here in Orchard Park. And, for the Bills, this is like an all-hands-on-deck game. This is an empty-the-gas-tank game. This is a team that's obviously dominated you. It's been the premier team of the league. It's just absolutely trampled over you for years and years and years, if not decades at this point. It's time, and this is a spot where after last week's win, you're in the wild card position right now. You've got to look at this and say we can pull this off maybe and be a playoff team if we maybe somehow stun the Patriots here. As you mentioned, you got Dolphins, you got Cleveland, you got games against them on deck.
It's pretty simple.
They win it. Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, like they win this game, the Bills are going to the playoffs. And I'm not even going to bring up, what if we didn't do with Taylor and San Diego and LA? Because I think we would have lost that game anyways. But listen, if you want to be a playoff team, you got to beat a playoff team. You know what I mean? If the Bills are for real, this is a fucking game. They need to find a way to win. It's as simple as that. And, me betting on at +9, they don't even need to find a way to win. So, like you said, last time they played, it was 41-25. Buffalo beat them the time before that 16-0. Brady started, but Garoppolo played. But whatever, fuck. Everyone, Garoppolo. Well, we shut fucking Garoppolo out, fuck. So, that was nice, though. And once again, Tom Marino saying, no, they don't play them tough. I know, Tom Marino. But once again, you're wrong, Tom Marino. The time before that, it was 20-13. The time before that, it was 40-32. The time before that, the Buffalo Bills beat them 17-9. So there's been 2 games where they won by 16 points. The 41-25 game. Sorry, the one game they won by 16 points. Other than that, the largest margin of victory has been 8 in the last 4 times that they played. But Tom Marino says they never played them tough, I know. Oh, no, yeah, for the record, the 5th time before that, Buffalo beat them 17-9. This is the largest line that New England's been favored in Buffalo before since they laid 10 points in 2013. And in that game, they won by 2 points only, 23-21. So, I don't want to emphasize that Tom Marino doesn't know what he's talking about this as much. But as I stated, we just went through all the fucking games here. The Bills and the Patriots often play pretty close games. When I say close games, I mean about a touchdown or so. And we're getting 9 points in this game on our home field.
I honestly do lean to the Bills because I don't think there's much value left in the betting markets on this New England team. They were very fortunate to get the cover last week against Miami. They needed a late score in order to get that point spread cover against the Dolphins. Dolphins turned it over a bunch too. That was a little bit of a fortuitous cover last week for the New England Patriots. There was, the odds makers are doing everything in their power to actually take away the bettor's power for cashing tickets back in this New England team. And the only way you're going to do that is if you're going to inflate the number toward the New England side. And this does smell like an inflated number. When's the last time the Patriots have been laying, fully clear of more than a touchdown on the road against the Bills in Orchard Park? I mean,
who did the Patriots, Cam Newton beat them? Deshaun Watson caused them big-ass fucking problems. Mobile quarterbacks, Babano. To me, this is the game where Tyrod, you just run, motherfucker. Run. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you can get a first down, take it. It's one of these type of deals. Like I would throw the playbook out the window and I'd just let them fucking play. Like that would be my deal.
Problem is the Bills defense got it in them to frustrate this New England offense. They're going up and down the field like a machine right now against pretty much everyone. It's a big problem.
Patriots could run for 200 yards on us.
It's a big problem. I like the over more than a side in that game at 48. The Bills continue to be an over machine on the home field, Gabe. I mean, I think they've gone over in every home game again this season so far. Something like 1 under for the Bills at home since the beginning of last season. They just go over the total. Weekend. Now, New Orleans is what got them over the total in that last home game. New Orleans did all the scoring that day, but the game still went over the number. That's my favorite play in that game, over 48.
Ian Cameron, a.k.a. Bano, kicking it with us. All right. Everything else, I had a lot of crap here. The Panthers and the Saints, that's a cool game. Tough game to pick. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on this game. I feel like whatever side I'm going to pick will be wrong. I'm not sure about that. Good game, though. I like the over 48. The Saints should bounce back, but I don't know, man. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I'll take Carolina plus 4.5. Everyone seems to love the Saints. The Saints at home. But I can see Carolina hanging out in this game. I had Ricky Sanders on, big fantasy guy today. Good guy. He's made a lot of money in the fantasy world. He brought up the fact the last 3 times that Cam Newton's played in this fucking stadium, man, he's fucking killed it, dude. Like, and these guys always play like 41, 38 games and shit. I'm going to go over the number. I'd actually lean with the Carolina Panthers plus 4.5. It's a tricky board. The Eagles are up to 6 right now. And this one, Babano, call me crazy, but Monday Night Football, I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, no.
Yep. Yep. I haven't done this. I haven't taken Andy Dalton. I haven't taken the Bengals. I've ignored them, dude, for about 6 weeks now. And we're back. We're back. I don't know why I'm doing this. I almost already have buyer's remorse. Yeah, same shit, sort of like with the Buffalo. I just don't think the Steelers are that fucking good. I don't. And I wish I was getting a little bit more, like 7 or something. But I could see Pittsburgh winning the game and Cincinnati doing something stupid, getting a big penalty late and losing a heartbreaker. But this is another one where it's a kitchen sink game for the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Bengals are still alive in the playoff hunt as well. This is a big-ass fucking game. They always play close games against each other. Pittsburgh always fucking wins a close game somehow. But I'm getting 5 points. This one's almost personal, sort of like the Patriots one is almost. Let's look back at the games that these fuckers have played. 29-14. Yeah, the game was much closer than that, trust me. 24-20, 24-16, 18-16. That one was a fucking killer, fuck. It's like Pittsburgh's beating them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row, man. By like a combined 20 points, fuck. I think I've been on the Bengals every goddamn fucking time, man. But yeah, call me crazy. I know that game's a little ways away, but I'm taking the fucking Bengals on Monday Night Football.
It is not an insane opinion, believe it or not, to me. I'm staying clear out of that game from a side perspective because here's my issue. I can't trust Pittsburgh laying 5.5 on the road right now. I can't because you just don't know if this team's got that 100% focus night, week in, week out. They sleepwalk during games. It's exactly what that was against Green Bay. That was a sleepwalk on Sunday night. They just did whatever they could to get the win and get out of there. That was not a focused, clean, crisp performance from Mike Tomlin's team, and we've seen that. We saw it against the Colts when they played them recently.
People keep waiting, saying that, oh, it's just flat. It's whatever. It's every week with these fucking guys. Yep. You know what I mean? That's who they are.
It's a pattern against teams that they probably should handle very easily. I mean, we see it time and time again from them.
You own the Bengals. That is the thing. Like there's no disputing it. The games are close. Like the 29-14 game earlier this year, that was closer than the final score indicated. Andy Dalton seems to be and do real Andy Dalton things, Babano, in these games, like against the Steelers. Like this is. Like, I swear, against Steelers, he fucking turned the ball over on, like, the 4-yard line once. He does stupid shit against these guys. And, listen, I'm not putting $2,000 on it, but I'm taking the Bengals on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, the series history is of concern. And another concern for taking Cincinnati. I don't want to lay it with Pittsburgh, but why I'm not going to be on Cincinnati, because everyone's talking about the little Bengal renaissance they got going on here. Well, hold on now. You did it against Denver, who is down and out, has completely pitched the tent and gone home with Brock Osweiler in the one game, and the last week against the Cleveland Browns. Okay, that's your renaissance. Those 2 victories. That's not enough for me. And you got outgained. The Bengals got outgained in both of those games, despite winning against Denver and Cleveland in those 2 football games. So I don't trust them, even though they're getting points at home. But I don't trust Pittsburgh laying them. So I stay away. Good luck to you, though. You're a very brave guy.
I don't stay away from shit. I don't stay away from shit. We're brave or stupid, Babano. I guess a little bit of both. I think that brave people are generally stupid to begin with. That's why they're brave. Eagles are laying 6. That's a tough one, too. Everyone I've been talking about it all year. The thing that's so impressive about these guys, they've showed up every damn game, the Eagles. So
I got -3.5 on Philadelphia in that game. So I got in early. I figured there's going to be Philly money coming in. I didn't think it would be this much, though. Wow. It's 5.5, 6 now. 6 are showing up now. -6.
Now the Raiders are -9 with Geno Smith being announced as the quarterback. That's a fucking train wreck of a game. I'm going to have a hard time coming up with 5 games for the Super Contest this week. I am. I just am, I'm tempted by the Colts plus 9.5. Don't love it. I do like the Chiefs. Tempted by the Vikings. Well, I do like the Bills at plus 9. Niners, Bears pass. Bucks, fucking Packers pass. Browns, Chargers, I like the over, but that doesn't help me in the contest. Panthers, Saints, I like the over, but that doesn't help me in the contest. I kind of do like the Panthers. I'll probably talk myself into the Panthers. I haven't kicked the tires on the NFL yet. I've been very college heavy this week in my research. Rams, Cardinals, you gave the over of this game. I actually think the Cards could be a live dog at plus 7 there. Raiders and Giants, a fucking train wreck. They could both go fuck themselves.
That total can't hold.
Seahawks, 6. I think the over 47.5 and the Sunday Nighter is a good play. I think it goes over that number.
That total in the Giant Raider game can't stay where it is. It can only go down. It has to. I mean, now that we know that Geno Smith's in there, what are they going to be able to do offensively here? Going to trust them and this depleted receiving core that they've had, this offensive line that really hasn't protected well for any quarterback or opened up any sort of holes for the ground attack. Can't trust them to move the ball. So if you like the under, I think, in that Giant game, you probably don't want to wait around too much on that. Yeah, I mean, Philadelphia can hang a bunch of points here in this game Sunday night against Seattle. I mean, you look at Carson Wentz, that passing game is dynamic right now. Going to be able to really, I think, do some damage against that banged up, beleaguered Seattle secondary, which just picked apart, and it's one injury after another. It's like a MASH unit now, that defensive backfield for the Seahawks. You don't know who's going to be in there now, snap in, snap out with all the.
I know, but Banner, you got Russell Wilson getting 6 fucking points at home, man.
It's a huge move.
He doesn't say Russell fucking Wilson.
You know what?
Michael Jordan of the NFL. Everyone blows all these other fucking quarterbacks, man. I think Russell Wilson, to me, I don't know. Tom Brady's the best. It is what it is. I'll give him that. But Russell Wilson's the fucking man. He just is. He doesn't have any wide receivers, and he's got a shitty offensive line. He doesn't have any running backs. Like Brady has weapons. You know what I mean? He's got Gronkowski. He's got wide receivers. He's got a great play-calling offense and shit. Russell Wilson really is a one-man fucking offense, Babano. It's insane. People don't realize it. Russell Wilson is 71% of the Seahawks offense. He's like Quentin Flowers in the NFL or something. It's fucking whacked out. People don't give him the credit that he deserves.
Really is amazing because, what's he got around him? He's got a bad offensive line, no ground game, a mediocre receiving core that relies heavily on Doug Baldwin at wide out, Jimmy Graham, the tight end. Occasionally, my Canadian buddy Luke Wilson chips in as well at tight end. But most of the time, it's Russell Wilson improvising, scrambling around in circles, trying to get any sort of time and resistance and get away from this offensive line, which usually can't hold up in the pocket. It collapses around him. He's got to get to the outside, somehow try to find a receiver down the field, all thanks to his feet and his ability to move around. That is what gets Seattle the offensive success they have on way too many occasions, I think, for anybody's liking on that Seattle coaching staff. But he's got no choice. I mean, he's got no reliable option at running back, a poor run blocking offensive line, a suspect pass protecting offensive line, and like I said, a receiving core that is certainly not one of the best in the NFL, not one of the top in my opinion.
Well, you know what? They're good. They're good players.
Yeah,
it's just sort of. He doesn't have the elite weapons. Doug Baldwin's an underrated player. Doug Baldwin is very good. But after that, you got Jimmy Graham, who's good. It's hit or miss. He's taken him a while to get into the offense, but he has no ground game, though. And like you said, no offensive line, no running back, no ground game. And after Doug Baldwin, sort of spotty guys. Richardson's okay. He'll make a great, spectacular catch, but he disappears. Yeah, he's just a fucking stud. And you're getting 6 points. That back door is always going to be wide open. I respect your play at 3.5, but it's 6. I got to look at the Seahawks here.
Yeah, it's gone past any sort of value on Philadelphia, and this is a huge public. They're in love with Philadelphia. Bettors are. I mean, they're cashing every single week with the Philadelphia Eagles at this point in time. Why would they not be in love with this football team?
They're this year's Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah,
that's what they are. It's like last year we had the Falcons, and it was same shit. Falcons were like. Yeah, 14-2 to the over and 13-3 to the spread. It was like just take the Falcons in the over every week. That's what we're into with the Eagles now.
There's a bunch of teams like that in the NFL. Philly's been like that. New England lately's been like that. Minnesota's been cashing tickets.
Carolina was like that. Exactly. The key to winning money in the NFL, exactly. You just hop on these fucking hot teams. Every year there's a trendy team or two. You know what I mean? 2 years ago it was Carolina. Last year was Atlanta. This year is Philadelphia. Every year there's a trendy team. And every year Mike Zimmer just keeps winning point spreads with Bano. That's what he does. Every year is a new trendy team, and every year Minnesota always just cover anyways. But it's true in the NFL, usually in the NFC, and specifically all often out of the NFC South. The NFC South division, guys, is the worst to first most division all the fucking time. It really is. And over the last 10 years, or say 12 years, I think it's the only division where everyone's actually made it to a Super Bowl. Teams, you go from worst to first in the division often. But nevertheless, so we'll close up shop on the NFL in a second. Any closing NFL words here with Banner? We'll get to college.
Yeah, I mean, I like Philly early in the week, and I got a good number. I'm happy at that. I beat the number, beat the line move. I'm happy at that. But at +6 now, you're right. That's now if you're getting in on Philadelphia, I think it's too little too late at this point because I could see this being, 6 points or less, definitely. But the problem is, and it's not just me being on the Eagles, early in the week because they're rolling ATS, they're rolling straight up. This is a matchup thing. I like to break down matchups, and I think the secondary against this Philadelphia passing attack, that's a bad one for Seattle. The Seattle offensive line against the Philly defensive front, Gabe, it's a fierce defensive front, and they're coming on strong. Fletcher Cox and company. They could absolutely abuse the quarterback if the offensive line is not adept to give him the time he needs to throw it. This is going to be Russell Wilson scrambling over and over and over again. He's going to have the game of his life improvising and getting out of the pocket and chucking the ball down the field. That's going to be the modus operandi for them to move the ball here.
All right. So big game on Sunday night. The Betcast with Big Man on Campus should be very interesting.
I imagine Jeff is going to be a little bit fired up for that. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, Philadelphia Eagles gunning for their first championship since Norm Van Brocklin led him to the big game in 1960. It's funny. That's when the Bills won, actually. I think the Bills won in what? Was it 60, 62, 63? Let me confirm this. I know the Bears won in 61 with Mike Ditka. Bills championship. People, I know you're like, what? The Bills won? Yeah, the Bills actually won. We never won a Super Bowl. We never won a Super Bowl. We did win a championship. It was 1962. Yeah, 1962. 1962, the Buffalo Bills won the American Football League championship. It was crazy because Mike Ditka, when I interviewed Ditka, Babano, you like football history, CFL teams used to play in the NFL. And it was brief, but they did this in the late 50s and the early 60s. But they took it seriously. And the Buffalo Bills played the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and the Tiger Cats beat the Bills. And the Chicago Bears played the Montreal Alouettes in Montreal. And I asked everyone in Montreal about it, and there was only one guy in the media, Ian McDonald, that knew about it. He was there. But he told me, he goes, Gabe, I got to be honest with you. I was a hardcore alcoholic, and I don't remember anything from fucking 1961 through to 1988. And it was like a big chunk of his life. He doesn't remember anything. So he goes, I know I was there. He goes, the Bears won, but he goes, yeah, I was close. And he sort of, so of all people, when the time I played golf with Ditka, when we drank with Ditka there, I said to Coach, Coach, do you remember, did you remember playing in Montreal against the Montreal Alouettes in an exhibition game? And, man, his eyes lit up and shit. It was crazy. He fucking remembered it like it was yesterday. He's like, oh, yeah. He goes, I was a rookie. And he goes, we were champions. We were the champions, and I was a rookie. And we went up to Canada and Montreal. We thought it was going to be easy to play these guys. And he goes, fuck, they beat us up at first. And it was a real cool concept. So the CFL field is bigger, but they painted NFL lines inside the CFL field. All right? And the first half of the game, they played CFL rules. 3 downs, CFL rules, CFL field. Second half, they played 4 downs, NFL rules in the NFL field. All right? So they painted the NFL field within the CFL field. Great idea. And the Alouettes, Babano, were leading like 9-6 at the half type shit, playing CFL rules. The Alouettes were leading, And the Bears playing NFL rules fucking took over in the second. I think they outscored them 10. I think it was 19-6. It was pretty close. Might have been 23-6, 19-6, whatever the fuck it was, but pretty fascinating football history. And what's funny is the NFL and the AFL at the time, they stopped the series, Babano, because they didn't like it because Hamilton beat the Bills and they sent the Chicago Bears, their best fucking team, man. You know, Mike Ditka and fucking Red Grange and these fucking guys. Fucking, they struggle with the Alouettes. And Ditka was like, man, he goes, if we would have played CFL rules, we would have lost. He goes, we would have lost with a bigger field. He goes, it fucked us up for real. But he goes, yeah, the second half was NFL rules, and we pulled away. But he was shocked. He's like, damn, you know about that. He was so impressed. He's like, you know about that game? He's like, wow. He was drinking. Like he could tell he really liked talking about it, too. It's a pretty cool story.
It's amazing. I wish I was around him. What was it, 1961? You said?
Yeah, 1961. Montreal Alouettes. They played it where, you know where they played, Babano?
I absolutely would have gone to that game if it was around in my time. Absolutely.
Where do they play now? They played it at Molson Stadium. Percival.
Percival. Wow. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. I'd absolutely go to that game if it was happening today. 100%. Sign me up.
And a great. I'm a football historian. You know, I've had a lot of guests on over the years. I used to read a lot of football books too. I haven't read many books over the years.
That happened well before the Marv Levy coached Montreal Alouettes. Then, well before that. Yeah,
Marv Levy coached the Montreal Alouettes in 1974.
Yep.
1974 to about 1976, 1977 or so. Here it is. Here's right now. Blah 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 blah. All right.
You know me, Gabe. I would go hands down to a CFL versus NFL team game any day of the week. Sign me up.
All right, my score was a little off. Alouettes lost 34-16. Toronto
That's not bad, though.
Played the St. Louis Cardinals. They lost 36-7. The Montreal Alouettes played the champion Chicago Bears. And like the Owls were champs and the Bears, so it was the champ 34-16 Bears in Montreal. And the fucking Hamilton Tiger Cats, of course, my Bills, Babano. The Hamilton Tiger Cats defeated the Buffalo Bills 38-21. Giving the Canadian Football League team its first win over an American Football League team since 1941. The AFL and their commissioner, embarrassed, declined to play ever again. The NFL and AFL shut it down, the series, and did not play ever again against Canadian teams. That was the last time in 1961 that we had these games.
I wish it came back again. I'd be fascinated by it.
Fucking awesome. They should do it now, like in the exhibition season. Why not?
Yeah,
exhibition season. Fuck.
Do it in July or August, or I don't know. Do it in the spring even, or I don't know. Just find a time.
You know what I mean? It would be fun. Like
Super Bowl champ versus great champ.
I get it. You don't. If you're the Patriots, you're not playing Tom Brady, but whatever. You play your backup. It's fine. You know, Patriots versus the Alouettes or whatever. You know, CFL rules. They never do it nowadays because people are pussies. All right. If someone can get hurt, it's not worth it. We're not going to do it. And then you look at soccer. That's what's so beautiful about soccer, Babano. These fucking teams will have to play anyone anytime. That's what I like about those Champions League shit. It's like, no, man, you're going to go and play in a stadium that holds 3,000 people. That's tough shit. You know, that's the tournament. Growing up, Babano, in Montreal, I used to go New Year's Eve, every New Year's Eve. And it was, one of the games is known. And I wasn't at that game. It was crazy. I started going a year after that. So I'm not telling people I was at the game. But I remember the game watching on TV, and I used to go on New Year's Eve even as a teenager and get wasted at the Forum. But you know what they used to do, Babano? The Russian teams, the Russian national team was like known. The Red Army in the 70s, Babano, like they used to win the Olympic gold medal all the time, okay? And their team, the Red Army, Central Red Army, was fucking known as like one of the best hockey teams in the world. And the Montreal Canadiens were the best team in the NHL. 6 Stanley Cups in the 70s. So the Montreal Canadiens said, let's fucking play. Let's do it. They fucking played, Babano, on New Year's fucking Eve in the middle of the season. I got goosebumps right now, and anyone who knows hockey knows this. It's known as, the quote is, the greatest hockey game ever fucking played. There's not a fucking in there. I threw the fucking in there. Greatest hockey game ever played. A 2-2 draw. 2-2 tie between Red Army and the Montreal Canadiens. And the Montreal Canadiens said after that they fucking laid everything that they had. They won 6 Stanley Cups, Babano. The greatest hockey team of all time is the Montreal Canadiens in the 70s. The team that, only lost 8 games by far. All Hall of Famers. Ken Dryden, Guy Lafleur, Larry Robinson, Bob Gainey, Serge Savard, fucking, Pierre Bouchard. We go down the list. The stacked fucking Canadiens threw everything that they had, and it was a 2-2 draw. And it's known as the greatest game ever played. You never get that now. We can't even get these bitches to go play in the fucking Olympics now.
No, it's a different era. That Russian Red Army team, though, you couldn't undersell them back in those days. They were tough pricks, tough bastards. I mean, they were they were a much better and talented team than they were ever thought of.
The KLM line, the KLM Airlines.
Yeah.
Karlamov, Larnamoff, and Varlamov. Fucking.
Yes.
These guys, they were second to none. And that's what made the 1980 U.S. Olympic team victory so much that it can never be undersold how big of a fucking win it was that these college kids beat that Central Red Army national team that the Montreal Canadiens, the Stanley Cup champions, tried the best that they could. And I should note, the Canadiens outshot the fuck out of them, all right? The Canadiens had like 42 shots to 14, but the Russians capitalized. Ken Dryden still to this day says it still bothers him that he's like, I let my team down. Like, after all the cups, greatest game ever played. But that's what makes the miracle on ice. And I'm Canadian, but, I was such a big fan when I was a kid. Man, I even got a Jim Craig jersey. And I remember I watched that shit live, man. It wasn't even on ABC. It was on in Canada. And, the miracle on ice. And, my grandfather played in the Olympics for hockey. So Olympic hockey has a lot of relevance in my household. So watching that with my grandfather, and our jaws were just like, we're like, these kids, man, that aren't even good enough to play in the NHL just beat one of the best hockey teams ever assembled in the Central Red Army team.
That's why it was indeed the miracle on ice. Who in the world predicted that?
If Tretiak was in net, and Tretiak, great fucking goalie, shame they never played in the NHL. Tretiak started the game. They pulled him. They got all pissed off. The coach, Victor Tikhonov. Well, to this day, people, Victor Tikhonov was the head of the communist program. He was in with the government, so you had to listen to him. It wasn't like a normal coach. You'd end up in the gulag, if you didn't do what they said.
Oh, yeah, the pickle puss to end all pickle puss.
Happy guys, man. They were forced to play hockey, and they were forced to win. And if they didn't win, they were literally sent to boot camps in Siberia. And Victor Tikhonov got pissed off that Tretiak let a goal in when it was 1-1. He was like, what the fuck? And he pulled Tretiak, and he put this guy named in Mishkin, Alexander Mishkin, blonde, sort of pudgy dude. He played for fucking Moscow. He wasn't on the Central Red Army team. He was on CSKA Moscow. And everyone on the team in Russia knew, what the fuck, man? Mishkin can't handle this pressure. Boom, Mishkin goes in. Goal USA, goal USA, goal USA. Next thing you know, it's a 4-1 game.
Yeah, unbelievable. That's why, you don't take away a goalie with that kind of pedigree, that kind of performance level that Tretiak had on that great Russian Red Army team. I mean, you're just throwing in a guy cold off the bench against that team. That's just absolutely a stunning decision. But hey, guess what? I'm not surprised. The Russians, don't piss them off, because they will do that. They will, as the Shakespearean quote once said, you will be banished if you get out of line against one of these pricks. I'll tell you that right now. So to hear boot camp stories when you screw up and don't do things the right way coming from the Russians doesn't surprise me one little bit.
Well, that was the old communist Russians.
Yep.
Babano was real cruel.
Back in the USSR, and how lucky you are.
I think that the whole Iraq thing was a big mistake, the war and all that. But Saddam Hussein wasn't a terrorist, but he was a brutal dictator. And, pretty crazy, man. Like when the soccer team fucking lost in Iraq, Saddam Hussein's son was the head of sport. He was in charge of the soccer team. He made them kick fucking stone soccer balls after to break their feet. Like, that's hardcore fuck. Like,
wow.
Yeah, and like the volleyball team, they lost. They're all tall dudes. He put them in a dungeon like 3 feet tall so they'd have to be crunched down and shit. And he left them there. Like seriously, like it was bad, man. Like the Iraqi sports system, like I said, like Saddam Hussein wasn't in bed with terrorists and shit. He killed terrorists, but he wasn't a nice guy. And they used to terrorize the fucking athletes, man. Like no one wanted to play on any of their teams because fucking if you didn't win, he tortured you, you know?
Wow, I'm going to get treated like that, and so sign me up to play for them? No, I could see why.
If someone trolls your pick on Twitter, at least, you know, it could be worse. So listen, Babano, let's take a quick 2-minute break here. Quick bathroom break. Take a leak. We'll come back. We'll blast through some college, all right?
Yeah, sounds good. We got to get through conference championship weekend. I'm looking forward to that. Great games up and down.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. So take a bathroom break, bomb break. We'll get back. We'll get Babano out before midnight because he's got to get ready for the hockey show in the morning. But we're having fun with him. We'll blast through some college. What's the score in the Laker game? 46-39. Shit, we laid 7 in the first half. We just can't pull away. Every time I look up, it looks good for Golden State, but we're not pulling away. Fuck.
And great game at Assembly Hall, too. 75-74 Hoosiers with 5:09 to go. Coming down to the wire.
Yeah, I know. I almost want to jump in and take Duke. I mean, you know, shouldn't Duke pull away in one of these games? But I hate Duke. I got the over.
Say what you will about Indiana. They've got a lot of building to do. This team is, you know, still trying to grow right now. It's not a great Indiana team right now that Archie Miller's taken over, but that's still a tough court to win on if you're a road team, that Assembly Hall.
Yeah, I don't see how do we not take Duke at -1 right now? Fuck, but
that's good value.
I don't know. Maybe it's a special night. I haven't watched the game and I don't like them, and I bet big on the second half over. So let's just ride it out. Fuck. Fucking Lakers cut this shit to 5, man. Lakers have cut this shit to 5. I'm not a fan of that. But all right, let's give you a little sound of the Duke game. Take a quick break, bong break, bathroom break. We'll be right back and we'll hit some college football with Babano.
All right, see you guys back in 5.
Really good post feed by Green. Can't get the shot off. Repost and a foul from behind by Carter. You know, that's great basketball, Dan. Ron Davis didn't have it right away, kicked it back out, reposted. And then Devontae Green hit him with another great post feed. He made 2 good post feeds in 1 possession. Didn't have it, kicks it back out, and then Wendell Carter gets caught reaching with 2 hands on. That was really well executed.
The only thing I don't like is if this game gets too close, it fucking hurts our over 175. We need the shit to open up a bit. The Warriors are really starting to piss me off right now, man. And now we're not going to win the first half. The fucking Lakers are only down by 2-3 now. Wake the fuck up, Golden State. I fucking hate betting big points on these fucking dudes. I figured they'd be interested because they fucking lost the other night. Fuck, man. Looks like we're going to have some second half adjusting to do.
I mean, if you're going to guard that dribble and come off of him, he did exactly the right thing and just dove to the rim. Ron Davis stayed with the ball, and that opened up a wide berth for Wendell Carter to get to the rim. And Duke now leads by 3. Bolden in, Carter out. McRoberts in, Durham out. Every whistle brings a substitution or multiple substitutions. Remember, Carter's got 4, so both coaches trying to navigate their way around some foul trouble, playing a little offense-defense with 4.5 to go. Every possession critical right now.
Fucking Golden State, man.
Davis. Left hand and a foul on Bolden. Boy, every time they get the ball into Davis, just about every time, something good is happening for the Hoosiers. Well, the only problem is Davis goes to the free throw line. Not a great free throw shooter. He needs to knock these down. Gets the bounce here. Coming up next, join SVP on SportsCenter. It's a big night in the basketball, including the Warriors and Lakers, the Wizards, and Philadelphia. Look at how Auburn may be able to defeat Georgia again in a big night of college basketball with no game bigger or more entertaining than this one here in Bloomington. 1-point game. Allen with a shot fake, launches a three, got it. Wow. Huge. That was a big-time fake. Well, you can tell the defense all you want. You have to stay down on that. It is hard to do. He's picking his spots, but he's having a really good game. 19 now for Grayson Allen. He's been very efficient. Davis again, and fouled again. Was it Carter? Yes. Carter's out. Now, Wendell Carter will take a seat for the rest of the game. Grayson Allen, the senior from Jacksonville, Florida, on a relocation pass, a great fake step back, and drains it. What a game in Assembly Hall.
You smart holiday shoppers, we're glad to know Buick has great deals planned for you.
This year.
Fuck, Durant.
Standout high school senior athlete, then nominate them for a chance to be named a Spectrum Sports Championship Drive Scholar Athlete and receive a $2,500 college scholarship. 87% are on the year. That just proves it's not 100%. And the Lakers looking for their very well for the first lead of the game. And they could get it via the free throw. It's going to be Lonzo shooting the free throw.
Well, we'll have to adjust in the second half, guys.
Liberty Mutual saved us almost $800 when we switched our auto and home insurance.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, they saved us a ton, which gave us a little wiggle room in our budget. If our insurance did that, then we could get a real babysitter instead of your brother.
Hey, welcome back. This guy, right?
Yes.
Ellen?
That's my robe.
You could save $782 when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
The world is not flat. You can't just pinch it or swipe it. There's a whole world out there, and no other card lets you experience it like the Platinum Card. Backed by the service and security of American Express.
This cheeseburger and shake for $3.99 might be the best deal ever.
Next time I'm buying.
Okay, let's shake on it.
Okay.
TJ's handshakes regarding real ice cream shakes and cheeseburgers are void if Pete is wearing a sweater and a plaid shirt.
Oh, man. Get a cheeseburger and a small hand-mixed shake for just $3.99. This is how you Sonic.
You know me. I'm the Addiction Network. Over 1.5 million people have called for help. So why haven't you called? What are you waiting for?
I lost everything, and the only way to get my life back was to pick up the phone and call and go to treatment.
New Year's Day is college football playoff day with back-to-back semifinals. So cancel everything and watch the football.
You gotta watch the football!
Because the playoff is on.
Fuck that.
Visit v.org/donate. All donations go to the V Foundation. for Cancer Research. Dan Shulman, Jay Billis back to be at Assembly Hall here in Bloomington. The home of the Indiana Hoosiers, who are in an unbelievable game. A battle here with the #1 Duke. Wendell Carter Jr. is fouled out.
And that was a big play to have him on the bench with 5 because Wendell Carter Jr. was magnificent in this game. 18 points, 12 rebounds, 5 of them on the offensive end. Couple of blocks. He was 7 of 9 from the field. But think about this. Like Marvin Bagley is leading the nation with 6 double-doubles. And Wendell Carter is playing with a guy that has 6 double-doubles. He's got 5 now.
And this is their 9th game of the season.
And this is the guy we talk about second.
Meanwhile, Deron Davis is making good plays and getting to the line, but he's not making his free throws. He is 4 for 8 on the night.
He's been terrific all night long. Wonder what he could have done if he had stayed out of foul trouble early.
81-77 right now.
Duke's starting to
81-77 for Duke. 3.5 minutes remaining. I don't even know what the final score was in that. What was the final score in that NHL game? We hit the over in that Brooklyn game too. That's another winner. NHL.
Which game?
Boom, 2-1 still. We got under 6.5. We rolling. We alive.
Yeah, 2-1 Jets. Yep.
Alive and kicking. I imagine Babano knows some Tears for Fears songs. That's one band, I'll admit, Babano, Tears for Fears. You seem to like a lot of the cheesy.
Kicks it out. Shot clock didn't reset.
Hold on.
5 to shoot.
Fuck off. Fuck. Lost my stream. Yeah, you have some Tears for Fears for us, Babano? Alive and kicking. You remember that one?
That's a good one of theirs, yeah. There's a couple. The Shout's the one that I know.
Wants to rule the world.
Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the bets I can do without. Come on, Andy Dalton. I'm talking to you. Come on.
You know what is Tears for Fears? It's a million metal covers. I think Disturbed made some big bucks off that shit. Yeah, they do a shout, 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 let it all out.
Yeah, exactly.
These are the things that we think about. Come on. I'm talking to you. All right. Let's get a second half number here. Wow, fucking Lakers, huh, Babano?
Hanging around. We'll see what they do in the second half, though.
Hanging around. They're winning by 4, fuck.
Oh, they're up.
It's 54-40 at the half. Ugh. And you know what's crazy? The Warriors are still minus 500 on the money line. Warriors are minus 6.5 in the game. I've already got a minus 12. I don't want to start chasing them here. I am intrigued by the second half over, though.
Got a chance to open up. It does, yeah. We think the Warriors would have to anyway.
Lakers are hitting their shots. They're hitting their threes.
Yep. That can't sustain itself, though. At the same time, Warriors, you think, are going to clamp down a little bit.
Or the Warriors just flick that switch, but I don't know. You get a little frustrated here. Brandon Ingram, over under 23.5 points. Fuck, prop right now. Klay Thompson. What does he have, Brandon Ingram? Fuck, if the prop is 23. Gotta love the DGen halftime player props. All right, Brandon Ingram.
You found some?
Yeah, they're up. He's got 14 points. The over-under for Brandon Ingram in the game is 23.5 right now. 23.5. Klay Thompson has 5 fucking points. He's so overrated. Fuck.
Yeah, his stock's dropping. It continues to. It started last year. It's continued.
Yeah, he got affected the most by Durant showing up.
Yeah.
Curry could deal with it, but he's sort of the odd man out with the shots now. So when he gets shots, he has to force his shot.
Yeah, he's a spare part now. Third wheel.
He's not going to get a lot of looks, so he forces. When he gets the ball, he sort of forces it up quickly.
Yep.
And he's just not in a rhythm. Like Klay Thompson was on another team now, and shit like that. But I think the fact that, like I said, he's sort of that third option now, You know, it's not a good fit for him. You know, I think he grooved into being that second option. So yeah, second half number 112.5, guys. 112.5, second half over under. But Golden State are favored by 10.5 in the second half. I'm fucking hoping with Bano they can come back and win by 12 still. It's not, you know, most teams would say it's impossible, but it's not impossible with these guys. They could easily smoke them in the second half.
Oh, yeah. Golden State can do it. All it takes is one 12-0 run over a 2-3 minute span, and they're right back in business. Can cover a second half number. Hell, they could even still cover the minus 12 a full game, to be honest. This is not over yet if you've got a Warriors ticket in hand. So we'll see. I mean, the Lakers.
Once again, our greed did us in. Although, whatever, it's all right. You know, sometimes you play one too many hands here, but we hit the over in the game. And let's just confirm the second half over at 81.5/82. Boom. We're at 88, boys. Hey, fuck yeah. Hey. Like that, we went big on that one, too. Boom, 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 boom. Fucking right. 89-79 right now. So
wow,
we're at 100.
Point spread coming down to the wire. 89-79 Duke. If you've got the side in this game, it's coming right down to the wire.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The point spread was 10, huh?
It was 8.5, 9. It was bouncing around. What did it close at here? Let me check. Duke and Indiana. It closed at, let's see, 9. 8.5, 9. So this is big free throws coming up here for Indiana.
For the record, if you paid attention, you follow me on Twitter, we gave it right when the show started. Montana +6. It's 51-50 right now for Stanford.
I like the sound of that.
We're on Southern Utah plus the points against Pepperdine. It's 71-71 with 5 minutes left there. So we're battling. We're battling, but we'll check in with the picks. But look, Babano, I've come prepared here. College football.
Got enough notes there?
This is a game time decisions.
Yeah, for those of you that don't think Gabe has to prepare for his shows, look at that stack.
I personally typed every one of these pages.
Yeah.
Like, people, when I talk like, oh, yeah, I got to get ready and shit, I actually type every one of these fucking facts on this shit. I just sort of do bullet points. Like, it's not scripted, my words. It's like, you know, TFC, fuck 13-3-1 at home, 16-2, whatever. I do copy and paste if I can. I'm not going to lie. But some shit I don't have a choice. And I got to write. But, yeah, it just goes out, Babano. Fantasy notes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Gabe Morency.
Browns have given up 22 touchdown passes this year. They've given up the 10th most fantasy points to quarterbacks. Phillip Rivers thrown 7 touchdowns in his last 3 games. You ask me, I can tell you anything about anybody. But, no, look, Babano, this is what I was looking for here.
Yeah, Gabe Morency, you can call him a compulsive, degenerate gambler, but you can't call him unprepared.
No, proper preparation. Yeah. Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Duke's going to dribble it out. Duke is going to cash. Here's BMOC on Twitter saying his Duke bet was dead. He's going to cash it. There you go. 91-81.
Right, so yeah, look, we got all kinds of notes here. College football. Let's get into it. College football. All right. Let's start off with Stanford. Stanford and USC on Friday night. That's the only game on Friday. I'm looking forward to this game. No offense, Brooks, but you know who I'm on. I'm on the Stanford Cardinal.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a revenge spot from earlier. I don't dislike USC. I just think, Stanford's fucking, Stanford's won 8 of their last 9 football games. I like the quarterback change to Costello. It's opened up the offense a little bit. To me, the best player on the field. Let me simplify this. Who's a better coach, David Shaw or Clay Helton? It's not even fucking close, okay? And, David Shaw just cashed as an underdog again this past weekend against Notre Dame, which now makes him 11-3 against the spread as an underdog with a Stanford Cardinal. Fuck. I don't know why people make him an underdog, but they do. So he's 11-3 as an underdog. 9 football games. So I have a better coach. A better defense, and the best player on the field is not fucking Sam Darnold. The best player on the field is Bryce Love. So I have the best player on the field. I have a better defense, and I have the better coach. And, it's a fucking home game for Stanford. Give me the Stanford Cardinal +4. Give me the Stanford Cardinal on a money line.
You made good points. I'm not betting a side in this game. I'm betting the over in this game, actually. The total stands out to me a lot more. It's gone up a little bit. I think I was in on that a little bit. It went 57 to 59, 58.5. It's gone up a bit. The problem with Stanford, I agree. I mean, Stanford's got the value at +4, but Stanford's played one big, huge, massive whopper football game after another down the stretch. They have another huge home run effort in them. They've played a ton of huge games. Washington State, Washington, Cal, the big rivalry game, Notre Dame last week. Do they have one more hump-up effort in them? We'll see. But I do like the quarterback change. Keller Christ was not playing well at the quarterback spot for Stanford early in the year. But now they've gone to KJ Costello. Dun, 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 pump it up. He's pumping up the Stanford offense here. KJ Costello. He can actually throw the football down the field a little bit. For this team. Keller Christ couldn't. And now that they've got a semblance of a passing game to go with Bryce Love running it, I think Stanford's offense a lot better now than it was. But USC's offense manhandled Stanford's defense in the trenches that first meeting. And I think the Trojans are going to move that ball against Stanford in this game as well. Don't love this. I'd lean Stanford, but I like the total a lot more over the total. And USC's going to move the ball.
Like I think it's going to be a track meet, huh?
Yep. Just like the first game, which got into the 60s, 42-24, something like that. Yep. I think we'll get into the 60s.
Yeah. High scoring. I'm not disagreeing. You know, I've never met an over I didn't like. But I wasn't looking at the total in this game, but I get where you're going with it. We'll see if I end up on a total here. Might end up on a Stanford teaser. I don't love college teasers, but Stanford +11 to over 51.5 sounds pretty good to me. And as we mentioned, we can't discount the fact that they this game is taking place where the San Francisco 49ers play. So it's not technically a home game for the Stanford Cardinal, but it is. It's in Santa Clara. Fuck. It's a Bay Area game. They're comfortable with the stadium. They've beaten USC 7 out of the last 10 times they played, too. Shaw owns these fucking guys. And, you know, the difference to me is, look, you look at their offenses, as you mentioned, too. Stanford's offense is much better. I like the Elvis Costello reference. That you dropped in there, but good job. But Stanford's offense averaging 32.3 points per game on the season. It's actually more, you know, because over the last month and a half or so, they're really starting to light it up offensively. But the big difference to me is Stanford only gave up 20 points a game, 26.2 points per game. They both score the same amount. USC puts up 34. Stanford puts up 32. The difference to me, like I said, I say that shit every week about Bryce Love. He's not 100%. Yeah, he wasn't 100% last week against Notre Dame either. How many fucking yards did he run for? USC won't be able to stop him. It's not like Sam Darnold's lighted up this year either. You know, USC can beat bad teams. I'm going to give USC credit. The best game that they played this year was against the Stanford Cardinal. But in a revenge spot here in a backyard Stanford backyard brawl, home field for Stanford. David Shaw, 11-3 is an underdog. Better coach, better defense, best player on the field with Bryce Love. Give me the Stanford motherfucking Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, see, I can't get that trench domination USC had over Stanford in that first meeting out of my mind. And I don't think this is as good of a Stanford defense as they've been in years past. This is not David Shaw's best defense. It's not. They've been better defensively in years past than they've been so far this season. And they're going to be tested by USC with balanced offense, Darnold throwing it. You know, you got the great USC tandem at running back as well, Jones and Carr. So it's going to be a tough challenge for Stanford defensively, but Stanford's going to move the ball too against USC. Their weak link all year was against the run. Couldn't stop the run. Bryce Love ran the ball down USC's throat in the first meeting. So, like I said, I'm staying away from the side. Don't love it either way, but I think we're going to get points. Both offenses, I think, are going to have the better of it from a matchup perspective.
That sucks. The fucking Avs tied it 2-2. Right now, I'm on the Jets and the under, but
that isn't good. Yeah, I have Jets and over, and I might be going 0-2 if this ends 3-2 Colorado. Goodness.
All right. So Georgia and Auburn. Ooh, SEC championship game. Georgia and Auburn. Listen, it's no secret. I was on the Auburn Tigers. I was in a minority at the time. People are like, oh, you're crazy. Georgia's unbeatable. Georgia this, Georgia that. And I said, no. We you know they can beat them. Fuck, Auburn's gonna beat them. And Auburn did beat them. And this one's real tough. This one's interesting. So we should mention the winner of the Pac-12 game. Neither team's going to the national playoffs here. All right, so the playoffs aren't relevant in that football game. This one's pretty fucking simple. You win, you're in the playoffs. You know, Auburn wins, they're in. Georgia wins, they're in. It's very, very simple here. Tigers beat the Georgia Bulldogs 40-17 the first time they played. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get this bet in here. Fucking total's up to 113 right now, but we're going to do it. Yes, sir. Place bet. Okay, it's in. So they beat them 40-17. The game really wasn't that close. Georgia sort of scored late there. It was a blowout. I think it might have even been 40-3 at one point. Your Georgia Bulldogs 7-2 against the spread when playing with conference revenge. Auburn 2-7 against the spread when playing a team with revenge against them. I prefer Gus Malzahn to Kirby Smart in a big game like this, just because Kirby Smart is new. But Lincoln Riley's new as well in Oklahoma. You know, I'm not going to discount how good Georgia is. Yes, fucking Auburn beat them up that first time, but this works out perfectly for the Georgia Bulldogs. They've been foaming at the mouth since losing that game. I like the way they've responded to Babano since losing that game. They didn't go into it, they didn't turtle up. They went out there, they handled their business, they beat up on teams. They knew they were still in it. And now, they avoid Alabama and they get to play the team that fucking beat them. Like, if you're the Georgia Bulldogs and the players and the coaches, everything, it's sort of like the Eagles. Everything's falling into place for you. You're not playing Alabama and you're playing a team that you can beat that fucking humiliated you a month ago. This is go time right now. The dogs are going to be with rabies, man, foaming at the fucking mouth in this game. And then you got Auburn. Auburn, big win against Georgia. Big fucking win against Alabama. You can't say there's a letdown in an SC Conference Championship game. Thompson hits a 3. Good shit. Let's get the over and let's get a route here in the second half. You can't say it's a letdown, but it's going to be hard for Auburn to stay at this level on a weekly basis, Babano. Coming off this win against Alabama, I can't say I love it because it's such a good fucking football game, but I'm leaning with the Georgia Bulldogs.
So we did the round table earlier today, every Wednesday. Donnie, leaning Auburn. Jeff Nadeau, big man, leaning toward Auburn. Drew Martin, leaning toward Auburn. Not this guy. I was a one-man show here on the round table earlier today. I made the case for Georgia. I'm the only one on the round table today that said like Georgia in this game, and I'm standing by it. I don't know as good as Auburn has been, and I'm not taking anything away from them. They've been great. They've been fantastic. Jarrett Stidham, what he did in the passing game against that Alabama Crimson Tide defense last week, impressive. Made big throws, made key throws, made them when he had to, made deep balls, short to intermediate routes. He was completing great passes. They were running the ball well, no question. Great performance. They've been a great football team, and they throttled Georgia the first meeting. But you're now coming off this huge win in the Iron Bowl against Alabama. You've put your whole weeks and even season into that game to beat Alabama. Can you come back one more time? Can you have that same, focus, that same edge, that same intensity to work hard in practice, game plan, study, watch the tape, to do that all over again one more time against a team you've already beaten? Where you could be thinking in the back of your mind, it's Georgia again. We beat these guys already handily once this season. Why can't we do it again? I'm just worried.
You know what the difference is too. As you stated, we talked about this with the Santa Clara situation. Where's this game taking place too, Babano?
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz Dome, where you would think.
Where is it? Oh, yeah, that's right, Atlanta, Georgia. It's a fucking home game for fucking Georgia. Hey, yeah, I get it. Listen, I was on Auburn against Georgia 3 weeks ago. If that game was in Georgia, between the hedges, I would have been on Georgia. The game was in Auburn, just like that Alabama game was in Auburn. Let's not annoy Auburn, this fucking unbeatable force. The schedule played nicely to them. They got it done. Fine. Now you're going to fucking Georgia's back fucking yard. It might technically be a neutral game, but it won't be. All right? Georgia fans are going to take this fucking building over.
And you know what? Yeah, there's a case to be made against Auburn in this game that, hey, you have 2 signature wins, but they were both, at Jordan-Hare. in Auburn. Your Georgia win was in Auburn, and the Alabama win was against Auburn. So this is going to be outside of that comfort zone of playing on your home field a little bit here now. Playing in the SEC championship game, this is where you really feel that pressure hits you maybe a little bit more than maybe it did last week. No question, Auburn's playing great. But Georgia's got that mindset of they're the team that's making probably greater adjustments. They're a team that's probably got that chip on their shoulder saying, hey, we're the team that's got to play better. We're going to go that extra mile to get ready for this game than maybe Auburn will. That is the thing that's that psychological thing you sometimes got to think about in these rematch situations. If Auburn brings their A game again, maybe it's too much again for Georgia to handle. But I'm not sure we're going to see it. Can you bring yourself up to play at that level one more time after the way you performed against Alabama? I'm not sure. And I'm not selling Jake Fromm.
I just can't help it, Ben. I'm looking in the chat, and I see fucking Tom Marino saying, home field doesn't mean anything in the SEC. It's like, dude, holy fuck, man. Now I'm starting to get it, Tom Marino, a little bit, actually. And I'm just saying, I'm starting to get it, It's like, I don't know if you actually believe everything or you just sort of like to be a dick and fucking type the opposite of anything that's like obvious, like correct. Like, yeah, SEC, you're right. Home field advantage means nothing in the SEC at all.
Tell that to Auburn, who won 2 of their biggest games this year at home. Yeah. Their 2 biggest games at home, they won.
What up, Kitchener Ray?
Look, it's a great game. It's a tough game, but I've seen this play out before. Teams rolling. Team already kicked the shit out of the one team earlier in this season, but they play them again in a conference title game, and things don't go that same way. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen multiple times in the past, and I think it could happen here with Georgia.
Now, one thing we should note, though, the home field for Auburn was fucking massive. If Auburn plays at Alabama, they don't win that game. If they play at Georgia, they don't win that game. It's pretty fucking simple. So, it's obviously massive, but this isn't a home game for Georgia. It is a neutral field, Yes, it is in Georgia. But one thing I will say about this, I don't know. I find these fucking neutral fields like the Sugar Bowl and this stadium in Atlanta, it really is kind of neutral because these motherfuckers in the South are so hardcore. They're going to go to the game anyways, right? I've been to the South too. It's all fucking so close. So, these guys are going from Alabama to fucking Atlanta, no problem. They go to New Orleans, no problem. So, it's really comes down to a ticket allotment situation. Fucking Lakers won't go away. Fuck. There are some points though. All right, let's just start jumping in on the. Let's just start jumping in. It looks like we have fuckhead Laker fans joining us right now. Let's start jumping on the in-game over in this game. Up to 221.5 right now. They're at 130. Second half total. We're off to a nice start. I mean, they're putting points up on the board here. What about a team total, actually? Let me mix it up a little bit here. Golden State Warriors team total 113.5. Let's just go with the game total over 221.5 here. We're gonna jump in. We already have the second half over, but we're gonna go in for more. Just aren't going away. Lakers just keep hitting shots and shit. So I'm holding out hope, guys, that Golden State can go on a run and pull away. But if not, let's soften the blow and end up in the plus units by chasing this total. Because the Lakers have already, they've already scored 26 points. Oh, there goes Lonzo Ball. Fuck. That actually helps the Lakers. Fuck. That doesn't hurt us. Fuck. That doesn't hurt them. Who's that? Britney Spears? Britney's looking a little battle worn there. There's Will Ferrell. Jack Nichols. There's Jack. Fuck you, Big Ben, Jack. Jack, what you just said? They're good enough for you again, Jack? Like, you want to talk about sexual harassment. You can tell me this guy's never fucking grabbed someone, Babano?
Jack Nicholson, yeah, that would not shock me if he gets Matt Lauer and gets, outed for something like that. No way. That would not shock me.
All right. So you like Georgia? I like Georgia. Good stuff. As far as the total, I don't know. I lean to the over at 48. It's kind of low. It's championship game. These championship games are usually pretty high scoring. These teams are going to be going balls to the fucking wall. Speaking of which, balls to the wall, we got Memphis and Central Florida, Babano. It's going to be a fun football game. This one actually, I like taking underdogs, and for the record, so I'm on Stanford plus the 4. I'm going to be on Georgia plus the points. But here, Memphis and Central Florida, I'm not really ready to get in front of this Central Florida team. They seem like a team of destiny to me. this is just sort of the icing on the cake to fucking go to the big time bowl game right now. They survived the best football game of the year last week against South Florida. Central Florida kicked the shit out of Memphis earlier this year. I think Memphis will play a better game, but I like the over, even though it's 82. I think Central Florida win by 10, 59-49, fucking 55-45. Really high scoring, but I think they cover the number and they get it done.
Yeah, I'm not going in front of Central Florida, but I'm not going to lay 7.
This game's on their home field too, Babana. We should know. This game's in Orlando, literally on their home field.
Yeah, every year the AAC championship game is, since that American Conference was formed, the championship game is always, the conference title game has always been on the home field of the team with the best record. In that case, that's UCF. So they're hosting. I think Central Florida wins this game. I'm not going to lay 7 because Memphis is backdoor potential. I mean, they've got that kind of offense, explosiveness to come through the back door with a late touchdown drive and maybe get inside the number if need be. But I do like the over. I mean, I know it's high. It's 82, but you've got a UCF offense, which is balanced. It runs up tempo. It runs fast. It's hard to stop. Mackenzie Milton, Killen's the running back. Tremendous balance on this team, throwing the football, running it. Memphis runs up tempo offense. UCF's defense has been great this season, but I was surprised to see how well Quentin Flowers and the South Florida offense moved that ball against them. Memphis should be able to do damage here. Two very fast-paced offenses. This is not a game even at 82. I'm even mildly interested in the under. It's over or nothing.
All right. TCU, Oklahoma. This is a game that, similar to the regular season game that they played actually earlier this year, in which I was kind of torn. I thought you could make an argument for both teams. Oklahoma ends up getting it done. They beat them 38-20. This is another team, Babano, similar to Central Florida. I don't want to get in front of this Oklahoma team right now. And, the game's in Dallas, Texas, so technically it's a home game for TCU. TCU are from Fort Worth. Oklahoma, the border, they're used to playing in Texas. Sooner fans are going to be there en masse. It's going to be a fun game, great atmosphere. Early start this game, guys, Saturday morning. TCU, Oklahoma lays 7, 63.5. But this Oklahoma team's the real deal. Talked about this team, choking in big games in the past, but man, Baker Mayfield's just fucking wrecking shit right now, lighting it up. This offense is unstoppable. I don't trust Ken Hill in this big game. TCU's had a nice year, but I think Oklahoma are going to be too much for them, Babano. I think the Sooners pump them and roll them.
Yeah, I was on TCU against Oklahoma the first time they played earlier this season and did end well for TCU. So call it the once bitten, twice shy theory. That's in play for me here with this game. I'm not going back to the well with TCU here after what I saw in that first meeting. Maybe they play better. Maybe they give them a scare. Hell, maybe they win outright. If Kenny Hill is efficient and on his game, and he was on his game last week, he can be a good quarterback and keep this team in it. But that TCU defense had too many holes the first time around when they played Baker Mayfield in this Oklahoma offense. TCU's defense has been good this year, but Oklahoma's the one team that legitimately shredded that team in terms of points and yardage. That concerns me here. I'm with you. I'm reluctant to go against Boomer Sooner here.
All right, guys are looking for some degenerate action, and I just stated 2 seconds ago I grabbed the over, 221.5. In this game, it's up to 223.5 right now, but as I stated, every time I look up, there's more scoring and more scoring. I'd be a Golden State score right now. Lakers are on a 12-3 run the last 2 minutes. Golden State's going to go on a big run as well. The -12 is fading fast, guys, but doesn't mean we can't get some points. Here's an open 3. Boom, we get the 3. Told you, grab the over, boys. In-game over. Let's go. Okay.
Wow, what a meltdown for our Montana Grizzlies. Bad news on that front. 70-54 Stanford. They've blown it open, unfortunately.
70-54. How the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, it was a late 4-minute surge by Stanford. It turned a 3-point game into
4-minute surge. It was 5 minutes left. There was 51-50.
Yep. It was just an explosion for Stanford, and Montana couldn't hit a shot.
All right. You know what? Let me do a quick check and see about some of my other damage in college basketball. I had a bunch of – I bet a lot of late games, Babano. I bet and that, unfortunately, that was one of them.
This has not been a good November for me, not at all. I mean, we need December to get here in a hurry.
Right, were you on Montana too?
Yeah, I was on Montana, yeah.
51-50 with fucking 5 minutes left.
Unbelievable.
70-54.
Yep.
Holy shit. We were on Northern Colorado and UC Davis +5. It's 5. We got to push.
Push on it. Yep.
And we lost the over bet in that game. We also lost the over in the Stanford game. So that's a 1-3 little fucking pop right there. Fucking shitty, stupid games. What was the other game? Southern Utah. What the fuck did they do?
They beat Pepperdine 88-82.
All right. Hey, we had that. We had Southern Utah on the over. Boom. Fucking 3-3 with the shitty games.
All right. There you go. It rescued you. Yeah.
Hey.
A Thunderbird.
71-69.
Yeah. Thunderbird's got it done. Yeah. That's my
71-69 in this game here. Like I said, I grabbed the in-game over 221.5. I grabbed the second half total to 112.5. We'll readjust, guys. Let's see how this rest of this quarter plays out. I'd really like to see Golden State go on a run, and Draymond Green just threw the fucking ball out of bounds. All right, so TCU and Oklahoma, you agree Oklahoma Sooners are past. That's your take. And over under 63.5 in this game.
I'm not betting Oklahoma games under, so it's over or nothing.
All right. That's it for my notes. Oh, no, I got one more game in my notes.
Well, we got 3. We got Mountain West, we've got ACC, and we've got.
I know. There's more, but I'm just saying we got the Big Ten here. Ohio State -6.5, guys. Here's an interesting trend. All right, come on, guys. 3-ball Golden State, nice. Here's a nice trend, guys. And even if you're not into trends and stuff, this isn't a trend. This is more of just a fact. There's been 6 Big Ten championship football games, Babano. Six times. 6 big. There's another 3-ball from the Lakers. Over. Even Lonzo's hitting threes, guys. This shit's gonna sail over here. Now Kevin Durant's going to the line. Fuck. Do we jump in again on the over? Still sitting at 223.5 right now. Guys, there are right now. What's the score? Wait, let me see what the book. The book might be a little. Let's see. It's 74-72. Guys, they've already scored 42 points in the third quarter, and there's still 4.5 minutes left. Like, they're probably going to get to fucking 60, 65 or something like this. Yet the total, 224.5, we're at 100, 150, 75, 25. I think it still gets there. I still think it gets there. Right now, the end game. We just need a little flurry of points here. But like I said, Golden State's going to get pissed. They might not cover the 12, but they're going to light it up. They're hitting shots. All right, bookmakers got a 225.5. And it's interesting because Bet365 has a 222.5. So you're getting big value at Bet365 at 222.5 right now. Prices change, yes. That's a good thing to do too, guys. When you have different books, you can sort of, get value at one place or tell that, oh shit, yeah, this book understands that they don't want to give this out. 74-74 right now. All right, we just grabbed in-game over 224. We're going big. We got all these motherfucking in-game overs. All on this Laker game. Second half over. And I got Golden State. Let's go on a Golden State run. So, yeah, okay, guys, 6 Big Ten championship football games. The favorite has never covered Babano. 0-6 against the spread. And in fact, the favorite has only won twice out of the 6 games. Fucking Lakers, turnover machine. Fucking Golden State. Lakers have a 3-on-1 and nearly turn it over. Can they take advantage of it? And yes, they do, and that helps the over as well. The more the Lakers score right now, the better, because that forces Golden State to try to score. This is good. The Lakers are balling right now. Lakers
Colorado
are balling.
just won in overtime, yep.
Colorado won in overtime?
Yep, 3-2.
Fuck, I hate the Winnipeg Jets. So listen, I was on Michigan against Ohio State. I was on Michigan against Ohio State, and if John O'Corn can complete a fucking pass, Michigan can win that football game. Michigan covered the football game, but they could have won the football game. Wisconsin are a better football team than Michigan are. And, Michigan have a hard time running the ball. We've gotten a little better at it, but Chris Evans fucking tore these guys up, Babano. Ohio State are they're sort of like an SEC-built team now. They went so overboard with the speed thing, because it used to be Big Ten's too slow. So Ohio State really like Urban Meyer, Florida guys, fucking Texas guys, fast. So they got all these fast guys, But Ohio State, if you line it up and smash it fucking down their fucking throat, you can move the ball on them. And Michigan did it. It was just O'Corn couldn't hit open guys on the 3rd and 6s and shit like that. So it was tough on our defense. But Wisconsin defense gives up an NCAA fucking low 12 points per game. Their defense is going to cause problems for fucking JT Barrett. And supposedly he's playing. We'll see about the Haskins kid playing as well. But we're talking about a defense that only gives up 12 points a game. I like the better defense here, and I think that Wisconsin's going to be able to run the ball down Ohio State's throat. I think Ohio State's overrated, and I think Wisconsin I think Wisconsin beats Ohio State outright and shuts people up and says that they're overrated. Wisconsin punches their ticket into the playoffs with an outright win against Ohio State.
I don't think it's a crazy opinion at all. I mean, I definitely think Ohio State's a little overvalued and not the team they've been the past couple of years. And the money's come in here on Ohio State too in this football game. It's up to 6.5 across the board. They could be laying 7 pretty soon. A full touchdown in a neutral field game. There's at Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis, where the Big Ten championship game always is. Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt on the call for Fox Television. It's probably going to be a crazy game because of that.
Yeah, you're right. If you're right, Gus Johnson's doing a game. It's going to be crazy at the end. And one thing, too, I hope JT Barrett fucking starts. I swear to fucking God, man, if JT Barrett doesn't get hurt in that game, Michigan maybe wins. Fuck. Haskins is similar to Cardell Jones, man. This Haskins kid is a better thrower than JT Barrett is. Yet, Urban Meyer's not scared to shake it up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see both of them play. But I actually fear Haskins more. And it's funny because when Barrett got hurt, I was like, that's a shame. Doesn't hurt me. Doesn't hurt Michigan. But then I realized, I'm like, well, Barrett can't throw the ball. Fuck. So this Haskins kid comes in and starts throwing fucking bullets. And then, a bunch of Ohio State fans start telling me about, send me Haskins links about what a stud this kid is. His father's a cop in New Jersey. That's it. Fuck. And, I'm like, and they're like, yeah, Morency, he's one of the best players in New Jersey high school history and shit. I'm like, oh, dear God. And I'm like, fuck. And I remember tweeting, I'm like, he's fucking better than Barrett is. Fuck, this sucks. Get him out of here. I like my chances better if fucking Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for me because you're right. Haskins, we haven't seen him in there a ton so far. But he was 6 of 7 last week, 91 yards throwing the football, cold off the bench for Barrett in that football game. I can't understand why Barrett's been so mediocre this year. I mean, this is supposed to be a senior quarterback that's been there forever. You would think he'd be able to put up more points and be able to move the ball through the air better than he has. But he's been disappointing, JT Barrett. Let's call it out for the way we see it. I mean, he's not had a great season running the show at the quarterback position here for the Buckeyes this year. Not as good as we think. I think Wisconsin, Hornibrook is the one concern I have. He is a interception machine at times, but I'm seeing progression from him moving throwing the football, making better decisions the last few weeks for Wisconsin. They're going to rely on the ground game. They're going to try to bloody Ohio State's nose a little bit. And then when you start doing some digging, Gabe, Ohio State's 1-4 against the spread their last 5 games coming into this game. You look at games against common opponents, these two teams. Ohio State against Michigan, 31-20. And don't cover the number. Against Iowa, they get blown out, and that was a game that JT Barrett was absolutely horrendous in, 55-24. Wisconsin, when they played Iowa, they beat them up 38-14. And when they played Michigan, they beat them 24-10 and outgained them by 91 yards. They don't match up
well with physical teams, Babano.
Yeah. So against common opponents, it's not like Ohio State did anything better than Wisconsin when they played Michigan and Iowa, those two common opponents. So I think Wisconsin's live, and Ohio State has been overvalued for weeks from a point spread perspective, and I think they're laying too many points here. I don't see that killer instinct. I don't see that situation where Ohio State's good enough to just bury a team this year, unlike years past.
Got blown out by Clemson last year. They've been smoked fucking numerous times and lost. Like the invincibility factor is gone with this team, Once Clemson bitch slapped them the way they did, Oklahoma bitch slapped them earlier in the year, fucking Iowa bitch slapped them. Like it's over. Fuck. Like, they've been humbled and beaten down. And how many times have I read in the last 8 months or a year, Babano, Urban Meyer gives up the most points ever in his career. Urban Meyer, biggest loss in his career. Urban Meyer's it's a fucking pattern going on here. You know, Ohio State playing a big game. They suck. They go out, they beat Illinois 58-0, and then fucking mainstream media goes gaga over it. Like I said, Michigan fucking choked last week. We're chokers. I admit it. Haskins saved their ass. The refs didn't fucking, let's be real. The refs were up Ohio State's fucking ass all day long. They hate Harbaugh. That was fucking garbage. But, if O'Corn is a competent quarterback, Michigan wins that game. I think Wisconsin are going to beat them outright. I really do. Like I said, too, a favorite has never covered a point spread in a Big Ten championship football game before.
Yeah, it's been an underdog.
0-6 against the spread.
Yeah, underdog series. And, you got
underdogs have won 4 times, Pano outright, actually, too.
No, yes. I mean, there's no, and you look at last year's meeting, 30-23, Ohio State won it in overtime. You can't. Don Marino saying there's no way Wisconsin can run the football here against Ohio State. And Ohio State has been good against the run this year.
You know what, Don Marino? Why don't you give your fucking picks instead of just fucking typing the opposite of whatever anyone else ever says? So what's your pick, Don Marino? Do you even fucking bet on sports? Do you even bet? I don't know if you have time to bet. All you do is type and fucking bitch about other people's comments.
He actually does have intelligent thoughts about politics and the finances.
Go bet the game.
Yeah,
that's why they're sports books.
When he's talked about politics,
bet the fucking game.
Yeah, when he's talked about politics and finances the last couple nights in the chat, Don Marino, he's actually been pretty smart. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But it just seems like there's so much contradiction between him. Between him and so many of the people that are on the air talking here, he seems like he's contradicting a lot of opinions. But I'm looking at last year's meeting here. Wisconsin ran the ball 5.1 yards per carry and 236 rushing yards against this Ohio State defense. Last year, Wisconsin was able to run the football effectively. Now, it's different teams, different personnel this year. But last year, Paul Chryst came in there with a blueprint that they could run the ball against Ohio State, and they did. Now, does it mean it's going to happen this year, Saturday, in this game? Maybe, maybe not. But last year, Wisconsin not just ran the ball well against Ohio State. They ran the ball extremely well against them. 236 yards on the ground, over 5 yards per carry. It can be done for Wisconsin. You challenge those big boys up front to get the job done. I wouldn't put it past Wisconsin to be able to run the football somewhat effectively here.
Yeah, last year, 30-23. Ohio State has beaten them. Ohio State has owned them. There's no disputing that. But, yeah, I don't think this is a great Ohio State football team. I think there'll be some points in this game, though. What's the total sitting at right now? Let's see. Total.
51.5, 52 is 52, the total.
Yeah, going up a bit now, yeah. That's a fair number, though. All right, Babano, it's getting late, so I know you got to get ready in the morning. So let's just blast through the couple other ones that we didn't talk. We can't hit every game. Somebody asked about Florida Atlantic. I gave Florida Atlantic over 4.5 at the IFBC as a season win total. Fuck, that was easy. Fuck, they're at 9.
9 wins and then the Conference USA title game. There you go. Nice and easy.
Yeah, Florida Atlantic. I also gave FIU over the same number, and that sailed over too. Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic minus 11 against North Texas. I like the over in this game, Babano. 74. North Texas is a good football team, actually, but I like the over 74 here.
Yeah, I mean, over makes some sense to me. That's probably the stronger lean I have on this game is over 74 rather than a side. I'm reluctant to go against FAU at this point. This offense is humming, this up-tempo system with Lane Kiffin and Kendall Briles at the helm.
What the problem is, Babano, is fucking Lane Kiffin. There's too many shit. I'd rather bet the total of this game. I know Florida Atlantic's going to score, and I know they're trying to win, but I can't lay 11 points in a championship game. No. It's a good team like North Texas when North Texas will be able to score on them, right? They're going to trade points. So we're getting double digits, and fucking Lane Kiffin fucks around with point spreads, Babano, and then tweets about it after. Kept you watching.
Do you think?
So he knows that he's an 11-point favorite. God knows what he'll do, man. He could be up by 10 and go for 2. You don't fucking know what this guy will do. So, he's a hell of a coach. He did a great job with his program. I think the game goes over the number, but I have a hard time trusting him laying a spread because if it's close to the number, he might do something stupid and just laugh about it after or tweet about it.
Yeah. And it's a lot like the UCF-Memphis game, too, which we talked about. Memphis has the offense that is a backdoor-capable offense. So is North Texas with Mason Fine. He's a fine quarterback. The problem with North Texas is their running back may not play, and he was a big part of that Mean Green offense this year. They could be a little bit more one-dimensional, but, hey, throwing the football, if you're trailing in a game, that's all you're going to do anyway, is throw the football late in the game when you're down by a big margin. So it may not come into play there, but North Texas has been a very good football team. Seth Luttrell was a great coaching hire. But Florida Atlantic's coming.
That's the thing. Like, Lane Kiffin's going to get the hype around Florida Atlantic because his name is Lane Kiffin, but North Texas have identical record.
Yep.
They're 9-3, and they're both 8-4 against the spread. North Texas are 8-4 to the over. Florida Atlantic are 6-6 as far as totals are concerned. We're talking about extremely evenly matched football teams, and this is a monster fucking revenge spot. Florida Atlantic beat them 69-31 earlier this year, and FAU hung 69 on them. And now we got a total of 72, and one team scored 69 in the last fucking game. Give me the fucking over, Babano. Or sorry, 74. Give me the over.
Yeah, over's the way I'd go. I mean, this is going to be a high-scoring game. Florida Atlantic's going to hit 40. North Texas can definitely hit high 20s, low 30s. I think you can get to 75 or more, definitely.
North Texas on the road, they give up 35 points, 36.5 points per game. They score 29. FAU at home are scoring 42.2 points per game. They're giving up 23. FAU probably cover. They're going to win. It's on their home field. It's the culmination for Lane Kiffin here before a big bowl game. But like I said, in a track meet game, and Lane Kiffin fucks around with the spread, but FAU probably tattoo them. But I think the over is the safer bet, at 74. I think I like that game and go over the number. All right. Akron and Toledo. Toledo are a much better team than Akron obviously are. I don't know if Akron are just going to be happy to be there, but I don't really trust Toledo laying 21.5 points. I think it's a little bit high there, Babano. And I'm a Toledo backer, but they don't need to impress anybody. They win this game. They're going to the Motor City Music Bowl, whatever the fuck it is. They're trying to win a MAC championship. They're not trying to win by 22 points. A lot of points to lay in a title game.
I agree. I can't lay this many points in a conference championship game, but I question if Akron can even move the ball against Toledo in this game. Terry Bowden hasn't said who the quarterback's going to be. Is it going to be Thomas Woodson, the veteran, or is it going to be the guy that's recently taken over that position the last couple of games, who started out well at that spot at quarterback, but he really didn't play well last week at all? So they have quarterback question marks. Maybe he's just trying to keep it secret so that he can throw off Toledo's defense somewhat to keep them honest, keep them having to prepare maybe for two quarterbacks. I don't think it's going to matter in the end. Toledo's going to win this game. It's just a question of do they win by enough of a margin. The thing that's keeping me off the dog is I don't know if they're going to move the ball well enough at all against this Toledo team. They've got an offense that leaves a lot to be desired, the Zips.
All right, two more. We'll get you out of here. We got the ACC game, Clemson Tigers laying 9.5, and Boise and Fresno. Here's a pile of shit, this one, Babano. I was on Fresno this past Saturday, and they beat them outright. They beat Boise outright as underdogs, cashed it. And here they are again. They're getting 8.5 points, yet the fucking game is at Boise State. Head-to-head, and Fresno beats them. And, it's garbage. They have the same record. They go head-to-head. Fresno beats them. Fresno should have had this championship game at home. Yet the suits and the computer decided. The Mountain West fucking commissioner and conference decided through a computer algorithm that Boise State deserved to play the game at home. What a pile of fucking shit this is, man. I don't know if this motivates Fresno State enough to overcome this. I think it can. I think they beat them last week, and they're going to think, we beat them last week, we can beat them again. The commissioner of the league, Mountain West, doesn't want us representing them. They can go fuck themselves. Let's go in here. But, I tell you, Fresno is really getting fucked over here, bro.
You know what's weird about this game is that Boise on the road last week in that meaningless game against Fresno was laying 6.5, 7 on the road at Fresno. And now back home at the Blue Turf, they're only laying, a point and a half, 2 points more? 8.5? A little weird there. To me, there's value on the Boise State side from a point spread perspective, but in this game. But the problem is they've been dismal at home. on the blue turf. If you've been
they're terrible home favorites.
Terrible, awful. Since the beginning of last year, 1 point spread cover at home in what, 13 or 14 tries? Maybe 2. I mean, this has just been a money burner at home, Boise State.
The fact that this game, like I said, no one's talking about it because it's the Mountain West game, but it's bullshit. They got screwed. The game should be at Fresno. That's not monster motivation, for Fresno coming in here, knowing that they lost a political game here, because that's what this comes down to.
Watch this be an epic game, and I'm going to tell you why this is going to be a classic. Nobody's going to see it coming. This is going to be a classic game, Fresno and Boise, ESPN Mountain West. I'll tell you why. The guy calling this game is Adam Amin. Adam Amin called an incredible game last week against UCF against South Florida. He did that game. Watch him get another classic here with this Boise-Fresno game on Saturday night.
Hold on a second about it, just with the total here in this fucking Laker game. So it's 89-89 right now. So they're essentially nearly at 190, 188. They're going to get to 190. The in-game total is 227.5. So you're telling me there's only going to be 37 more points scored in the next 10 minutes of a Golden State Warrior-Laker game? Like, what's going on here? Like, are we getting fooled? Like, am I missing? Is this a Twilight Zone or something like that? I keep clicking the over. Like, what am I missing on this? Like, I got to take it again. I got to take it again. Fuck. It's 229.5. Okay. Like, there's 10 minutes left in an NBA game with the Golden State Warriors and the Lakers in a game that both the Lakers are hitting shots. Golden State's got a little run left in them here. I just took over 229.5. We just keep clicking, man.
Yeah. So again, if this Fresno-Boise State game is the classic that nobody saw coming, blame Adam Amin because he was doing play-by-play. But to finish my point on this game, Fresno, I want to back them. I really do in this spot because Boise's been terrible as a home favorite. And Jeff Tedford, what a job he's done. I mean, you probably should make him coach of the year. There's a 4-20 team the last 2 years before he took over this program coming into this year. He brought in my boy, Orlando Steinauer, who is a defensive coordinator of the Ticats for years in the CFL. Look at the way that defense is played under him. Orlando Steinauer, defensive coordinator for Fresno under Tedford. Look at that defense this year and the strides they've made. They couldn't stop anybody before this season, and Steinauer's done a remarkable job with that defense. Marcus McMarion, the Oregon State transfer at quarterback, has been a spark, a shot in the arm for that offense. My concern is, though, this is now a Mountain West title game. This is a lot of players for Fresno that have never been in this kind of spot before. Can they handle it on the road in Boise, Idaho? That's my one fear. Boise State was totally lackadaisical last week. They didn't give two shits about that game. If they bring it here, can Fresno withstand it? That's my big concern, but I'm not selling Fresno short. If I'm betting this game, I'm looking at the dog.
And finally, in closing, with battle, the ACC Conference Championship, Miami Hurricanes and the Clemson Tigers. I had Mark Lawrence on today. Me and Mark disagreed about this football game. He likes the Miami Hurricanes to hang around. I think Clemson and to kick the fucking shit out of them.
It's tough. I mean, the injuries are piling up at a alarming rate for Miami and for Mark Richt's team. And this is the point spread role I'm interested in Miami in. I've never liked them laying points. We saw it against North Carolina. We saw it against Syracuse. We saw it again against Pittsburgh, losing outright last week. Laying points with Miami has been death. But getting them in a pick'em range or as an underdog, they've been money in the bank. And obviously that's the role they're in here. But you got to be concerned with the injuries, the running back injuries, defensive injuries. It's starting to pile up a little bit for this Miami Hurricanes team at the wrong time facing this Clemson team. I'm interested in Miami plus the points. I'm leaning that way. I don't think I can get there, though, with the injuries. It's a concern. But is Bryant ready to lay these kind of points? Kelly Bryant, is he ready to move the ball effectively as the quarterback of this Clemson team against still what's one of the better, tougher defenses he's faced so far this season? So it's a real tough game. I really was going to make a case for Miami early in the week, but this injury report really starting to bother me, really starting to scare me. So I'm probably going to stay off the Canes side in this one.
Here's the Golden State Warriors. Iguodala gets rejected. Motherfucker. Yeah, my math was off. 182. Sorry. Here come the Lakers. Fucking Lakers are balling, man. Flying around here. Julian Randle. What a play. Fuck. There was a Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope, man. This guy's really a fucking spark. Fuck. Bobby Hawk comes back. Did Bobby Hawk get hired in Montana, really? Bobby, he never should have left, man. He had a good thing going there. All right, so yeah, we'll keep our eye on that with the injuries with Miami. But Banner will let you get ready for your hockey show. I know you got to be well prepared.
He got a raw deal at UNLV, Bobby Hawk, by the way. That was terrible, but that's another story.
I don't think he did. He was shit. Fuck, he was terrible.
Sanchez been all that much better. They just lost another big game with Sanchez.
Yes. Yeah, they has been much better. Yeah, they lost that game in Nevada. It kind of sucked. But no, Bobby Hawk was a fucking train wreck there, dude. Yeah, like at least Sanchez has them. You know, Sanchez, they're inconsistent, but you know, with Hawk, they were just terrible. Like it was bad. No one's really been good at UNLV. The great John Robinson couldn't get it done there. Seriously, you know, John Robinson, USC Trojans coach there. He had problems there. He sort of got it going. Mark Sanford did a decent job. You know, I used to get pissed off at Sanford when I was there, but in hindsight, he did a pretty good job. Omar Clayton was the quarterback that era. That was about 10 years ago and shit. But, yeah, Bobby Hawk, I had high hopes for Hawk there too, Babano. But trust me, I lived there then. It was a nightmare with Hawk. Fuck. He couldn't recruit. He didn't get along with the media. It was bad. Like, Tony Sanchez got Armani Rogers to go play there. Like, UNLV are going in the right direction, dude. It was way disappointing that it didn't beat Nevada. But they fell short. It is what it is. Game came back to haunt them, but there were some nice wins along the way and some big moments. The program's growing. UNLV, I guarantee you right now, I'll say it because next year, the win total for UNLV, Babano, we'll put it this way. You want to judge a team by its success? The win total for UNLV was 3.5. They won 5 games. You know, that's a success to me. You know, their win total, they were expected to win 3.5 games. They won 5 games. They were a game away from making a bowl game. They dealt with a lot of injuries. There was a mass fucking shooting in their city. They dealt with a lot of shit this year. They got a great quarterback. They got skill position players. They just need to get a couple of defensive guys to recruit, get a couple of stud defenders, and just a few guys even. I'm telling you, I'll tell you right now, their win total will probably be 3.5, maybe 4 next year again. I guarantee you guys right now, UNLV goes bowling and wins 6-7 games next year.
I think they have to, or else there's going to be some serious scrutiny coming on Tony Sanchez here and the job he's doing there, because I think next year there's going to be some serious expectation after.
No, he's popular as fuck there, Babano. There's no pressure on him there. He's popular as hell. I don't know why you're saying he's in the hot seat. He's not in the hot seat.
You don't think so? If you're willing to say that if they're 5 wins or less again next year, he's going to be safe as safe.
Yeah, he's not getting fired next year. It's UNLV football, Babano. When were they ever good? Like what is he letting people down? Like, what are they doing? It's not, they've never won anything, Babano. They've been in like 2 bowl games in fucking 70 years.
Well, we'll see. He's got a chance to get it.
Even when Randall Cunningham was there, they weren't good.
Well, he's got a chance to make one this year, and they should have made one this year. You know, as far as I'm concerned, the Nevada loss it's a winnable game against a program that's taken a big downward fall this year. You had several opportunities with the lead in that game to put it away, and you couldn't. That's a problem. I mean, we'll see if they can. We'll see if they can take that next step this year. But you're right. Some programs are just not destined for success, and maybe UNLV is not destined for a bowl game.
Basketball school. It's a basketball school, right? So his fucking game's slowing down right now, big time. It's pissing me off.
They lost tonight, by the way. Northern Iowa got the job done against UNLV in overtime.
Yeah, nice.
Good win for them.
Nice game by UNLV on the road. I should have fucking known better that they would stumble on the road. But UNLV football is building up. As I stated, it was they got a nice recruiting class. Sanchez doing a really good job recruiting. Fucking finish these fucking baskets. This shit's slowing down now. Here's an open 3, and they pass it up.
Big man putting the old handcuffs on Phil Marino. Big man's putting the handcuffs on Phil Marino. Good stuff.
But what's that?
Phil Marino's getting the handcuffs put on him in the chat by Big Man, putting him in timeout.
Timed out. So, yeah, one thing with Bano, you know, the whole UNLV thing is they're not going to can Sanchez now. He'll be safe right up to they get the Raiders and shit. If after like 2 years, let's say 5 years from now, 2 years in and they're in a new stadium and shit, and it's really, you know, UNLV doesn't expect to win 9 games, Babano. You know, if UNLV football could get to 6, 7, I think people would build them a statue type shit. And, when they get to the Raider Stadium, there's going to be a new stadium. There's going to be an influx of money in football and all that shit. I think, that's when you'll see UNLV do a little bit better. Neither team can hit a fucking shot now, really slowing down.
Facilities are a big part of it. I've seen high school football teams with 10 times better looking facilities than what UNLV has to deal with. That's a big issue.
Yeah, their stadium sucks. Yeah. UNLV basketball's facilities suck. The entire thing sucks. Fertitas need to spend more money. Fuck. They spend more money on Bishop Gorman High School. Put it this way, like during the Las Vegas Bowl, the USC Trojans played in the Las Vegas Bowl last year, the year before. I think it was whatever it was. And they had a choice. Fuck. They were told you could practice at the UNLV facility or you could practice at Bishop Gorman. And they chose Bishop Gorman because Bishop Gorman has a better facility, high school team. So, but Bano, great stuff as always. We'll catch you in the morning. What time are you on with the hockey guys?
Yeah, 9 a.m., bright and early. So I'm going to get a quick little power nap, and off we go. 9 a.m., bright and early. NHL Ice Guys, me, Andrew, Dana, and Alex. As always, breaking down the hockey card. Be there.
Great stuff, Abano. Thanks for your time tonight.
Awesome, Gabe. Always fun. We got to talk with a little Russian Red Army, Montreal Canadiens, a little Chicago Bears, Montreal Alouettes. Lots of fun. That's why it was a long show, but we love talking stories like that. We'll see you next Wednesday. See you in the chat. Good luck this weekend, everybody. Peace.
Babano. Great stuff, Babano. Great insight. Thanks, buddy. Babano joining us. Fuck. We've really had a lot of success pushing these games into the overs, but, man, we really hit the wall ever since I clicked it. 95-95 with 6 minutes left. Fuck me, man. You know what's crazy? Golden State are getting a ton of looks. They're just not hitting the shots. They're just not hitting the fucking shots. And it's too bad, too, because I looked at my account briefly. I don't like looking till the end of the night, guys. I don't like looking to the end of the night. And I had a sneak peek. I was like, ooh, fuck, pretty nice. Pretty nice. I think we did pretty well. Like I said, I think we went 3-3 with those sort of frilly college basketball plays, but I think we did a little better. I'm forgetting about a couple of wins. Fuck, we bet a lot of games today. 97-95 right now. Fuck, we need a frantic pace here at the end. It's not impossible. Let's get this shit. Lakers are starting to miss shots. They're sort of wild shots the Lakers are taking. Come on, Golden State. Push it. Curry. Thompson for three. Boom. 3 ball. Let's go.
Transitional threes are the hardest ones. Just instinctively when you're running back, as a defender, you kind of drift a little lower than the 3-point line. Before you know it, Clay has it. And he shoots.
Thanks, guys. I think we gave you some pretty good breakdowns of those college football bowl games. Opinions, solid trends, notes, eyeball test. What up, big man? Big man will be with us on Friday night, 2 nights from now. We'll be watching that Stanford game. Big betcast with me and Big Man. We're going to start thinking about the playoffs, actually. What are we going to do for the Super Bowl? What are we going to do for the Super Bowl? I generally go to Vegas for the Super Bowl usually. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll do a Super Bowl betcast this year. I mean, how are we going to handle the betcast through the playoffs? Will we stop the betcast once the we'll stop the betcast on the last Sunday nighter. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know how I don't know what SBR plans for the Super Bowl. If SBR want to bring me and Big Man down to Costa Rica for the Super Bowl, we'll do a Super Bowl from Costa Rica. Costa Rica wouldn't be great like during like March Madness or something. We were in Costa Rica. We had a hard time getting games. We got some baseball games and shit on ESPN, but they showed ESPN Deportivas there more. So it was more soccer. It was a lot of soccer on TV there. Like even in the casino, they had a satellite dish, and Buddy even said we can get you most shit, but they're pretty accommodating. But I wouldn't want to be there during a March Madness during all those games because you wouldn't get all the games. But the good thing about a Super Bowl is it's just one game, right? It's just one game, so you're not missing other shit. You have the Super Bowl on. Costa Rica for the Super Bowl would be something to consider, big man. Let's look into it. I'd rather do Costa Rica at the Super Bowl than I'd rather do that than Vegas, to be honest with you. I've already done to Vegas, and Vegas is 1 million people. You'd like it in Costa Rica, big man. There's hot chicks. We can go to the casino. It's a classy casino, the Sheraton. All right, 3-ball Lakers. All right, so we'll take a quick break here. Hopefully we get some fucking points here, guys. It's 198 with 4.5 minutes left. Can we get there? Fuck, I don't know. Curry for 3. Misses. Fuck. Fucking Curry, man. Curry, 1 for 7 for 3. That's the thing with Curry, man. He's too fucking inconsistent, this guy. When he's hot, he's fucking the best. But, when he's hitting the threes, but he's not hot enough, man. Dare I say Steph Curry's overrated, fuck. Like I said, Draymond Green's the glue of this team, and Kevin Durant's the best player on the team.
Yeah, but he was going up against Steph. I thought he elevated over him there, even though the clock was at 3 when the whistle sounded. Let's see what they get with a fresh 24 to 14. Draymond Green very close. They take the lead over the market. It was all ball. 2 free throws coming to Brandon Ingram, and Brandon will be shooting his first free throws of the game. The Don Nelson bounce. A chip Herndon. Just get to go quite as high as the others did. We'll take it. Tied at 100. We're going down to the last 3:55. 4-minute game here. We'll see you again on Saturday night, by the way. James first. And then you can right back here on Sunday. One game. Basketball. Away from the pass. Good job of protecting the ball. The free throws for Brandon Ingram of Jazz. Nobody on Golden State with more than 2. Nobody with the Lakers in any kind of trouble either. Yeah, 3 players in 3, and that's it. 3 fouls in 3 minutes to play. Great shot. Not worried about it.
Man, this shit ain't good, man. We got to get to 216 for that second half over. Fuck. Holy shit. Overtime. 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 Holy shit. Overtime. 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 You alluded to it earlier. Both teams, 90 great points also. Back to Brandon from 15 from the floor, 36. He's been very, very good. His reach is the most impressive thing. I'm sure he's going to read it to know what you can get away with. And he's done a real good job of taking advantage of scenarios where different people guarding him and knowing what he can do against him. And he's played more minutes than anybody in the game. Than any player in the team, 36 minutes. 35 and Caldwell 34 for the Lakers. They're your scoring leaders tonight. They balance it around with a big night, tying a career high for Brandon Ingram. More importantly, 104-102, the crowd roars his approval. They're going to get shot. Here we go. Execute pretty well out of timeout. Nothing to do with this. First up, big deep. And then get it to him. Started by Ingram. Facing the basket to the rim. Caldwell post. It was the ball. We need a Laker basket. Fuck. Come on, Clay. Fuck, man. Hammered as he went to the basket. More foul on Brandon Ingram, but that's not a big play. But KCP just about buried a long three-pointer to the clock after the shared pass. It really looked like it was in. Round and round. Play is just automatic also from the free-throw line. He uses speed. But bend your knees, use your legs. Downtown he prep. And then went to Washington State for 3 years. Was the 11th pick in 2011. Three-time All-Star. He's a part of the game. With his dad in attendance tonight. All possessions are magnified. 104, 104. Yeah, this game really hit the wall there, all in. It sucks. Man, I'm dying here, man. My cold's not going away. Doing this show for 3 hours a night and talking 18 hours a day, not helping me either. Leader is the bong. Fucking Durant misses. Tipped up and in. 106, 104. We're at 210 right now. 7 more points. We need more points. All right, there's a point. 106, 106. Let's keep it rolling. Fuck, we're getting closer to the 112 at least. Let's go. Yeah, we'll see. We might have to summon the Lord Gambler. Curry fucking airball 3. Shitty shot. Fuck. Fuck, we need points for the second half. Oh, 3S, yes. Yes, that helps. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Tie game's no good for us with a minute left. We need a difference here. Because this is good. Golden State now gets the ball after. They go down, they shoot. They either fucking tie it with a 3, miss, fucking have to foul. I know. Gambling can have wild swings, Mohammed. We're going to do a show on money management. I'm not an expert on it, but we'll get other people in to talk about it. 109, 106. Hurry up, Golden State. Don't fuck around. Durant for 3. Yes! Yes! Boom! Second half over hits. Overtime, overtime, overtime. Fucking Durant saves our ass, man. Fuck you, Curry. I told you guys, Kevin Durant's the guy, man. Take a shot. You give the ball to KD, fuck, all right? You want to blow out Sacramento by 38, you give the ball to Curry. You want to make a big shot in a big game, you give it to Durant. Who took over the NBA Finals last year? Durant. Durant's the best player on this team. When, you know, Durant needs to be the one taking these shots. I know it sucks for Curry. It is what it is, but Durant's a better clutch player than you. See, Durant's got the ball in his hand. Kerr knows. 109, 109. We need Durant to miss, though. Fuck, we're going to lose because of Kevin Durant's greatness right now. Durant's going to burn us right here. We need overtime. He misses. Now we need the Lakers to miss. Oh, my God. Shy Pricks, I can't lie, man. I can't lie, Shy Pricks. I was trying to jinx him there, guys. That was something. I knew what I was doing there. Like Malinsky said, our words don't have any meaning, but there's different ways of approaching this. Reverse psychology, bitch, root, cry, say they're great, say they're shit. There's all kinds of different ways of approaching this. God, Jazz, please, you're right. Give it to Lonzo for the win. You're right. Dial it up, coach. Lonzo for the 3 for the win. If we lose, we lose. I'll take it. I tell you what they're going to do. They're going to give the ball to Brandon Ingram. And Ingram's going to take it to the rack, or Pope is going to take the fucking shot. If the Lakers are smart, Lonzo would have his big baller brand sitting on the fucking bench right now. Big baller, fuck. BBB, big baller bench. If I was the coach of the Lakers, I'd be like, yo, you just sit down there, big baller. BBB, fuck. Bench, bench, bench. I know, Chris. This would be unbelievable. Can we get it? Lonzo inbounding to Ingram. Oh, no. No. Yes. Yeah.
Well, we'll find out when we come back who's going to prevail after this.
Wow. guys, I went all in on that, clicking on these overs, man. Like I was like over. Oh my God. Stooch the man wants to win by 14. He totally got fouled. He totally got fouled at the end. Andreas, let's cover the number now. Hey, listen, I've lost by 12 before. I've lost by 12 before in overtime. All right, Shy picks. I like those picks. Wow. Oh. Fucking right, Adam Booth. Good shit, man. Holy shit, that game, guys. Whoa. I was going to summon Lord Gambler, too. But I was like, it was happening so fast. I was like, no, it's playing out. We can't call him out all the time, Chris. Wow, man. Everything just worked out for us there, guys. Now, listen, we're not home yet, but all we need is fucking 11 points in overtime. I don't even want to look. Fuck, what do I have here? I don't have as much as at this book as I thought. I've got over 221.5, and I've got over 229.5. What do you guys already pay me for? No. All right. I went crazier at the other book. Well, I bet bigger units, too. Let's see open bets. What do I got? The second half over 113 hits. I got an in-game over 224, and I got an in-game over 226.5. I'm so greedy. I look now, I'm like, oh, I thought I had more money on it, but we're talking $800 swings and shit, so I know what I'm bitching about. I got to tell you, Golden State winning by 12 would really be nice here, though. Golden State are up by 3 already. They might fucking smoke them here. Another 3. Boom. Up by 6. Up by 6. Ooh. Do we have a puncher's chance now, boys? Suddenly, Suddenly all of our -7 second halves are alive now. Guys, I remember in the old days, overtime didn't count. I remember in the old days, overtime didn't count in the NBA. It was like soccer. I remember with a bookie, I got into a big fight with him. And he's like, dude, I was like, you're fucking me over. The game went to overtime. That fucking counts. It went over the number. And he's like, look it up, fuck. Look at the fucking rules, fuck. Look at the Vegas rules. And he was right. This is like in the 80s. It's true. In the old days, the bookies didn't count overtime. Now they do. These offshore books, they all do. It counts, right? And you get lucky because the overtime counts as a second half wager too, fuck. All right, I want to start a campaign. Get me and Big Man down to Costa Rica for the Super Bowl. But my bad, I should have brought this up earlier in the evening. But there's a lot of people here, nevertheless. The fine people, great people over at Sportsbook Review, man. They always got great contests and shit, all this free content for everybody. So go over to sportsbookreview.com contests. They have a $15,000 college bowl handicapping showdown. Minimum of 16, maximum of 20 college football plays, include spreads and totals, regular plays, 1 unit, 4 optional bets, or 3 units. First prize, $7,500. and an SBR t-shirt. Second prize, $3,000 and a t-shirt. Third prize, $2,250, fourth, $1,500, $750. So, yeah, go check this out over at sportsbookreview.com. Contests. The $15,000 College Bowl handicapping showdown. And we'll definitely be participating in this. I should have jumped in on trying to beat the bag this year. But yeah, so we encourage you. Can't wait to start breaking down all the bowl games. That's one thing, too. I love college football so much. One of my favorite things is when all those bowl games are announced. I'm not talking about the big ones, but when I kick back, I blaze one, and I look at the bowls for the first time, I'm like, oh, yeah, let's look at the fucking 41 bowl games. Like, what do we got, you know? Ooh, Central Michigan, Western Kentucky, hey, Bahamas Bowl. I sort of chart them right away. And then, I wait for the numbers to come out the next day. Can't wait, for the bowls to be announced. Forget about the fucking playoffs and the Final Four. And bowl season starts soon. Bowl season's around the corner. We have this Saturday, all the championship games. And then we have next Saturday is Army-Navy. And then the following Saturday after that, the bowls start. All right, let's go Golden State. Golden State up by 7 right now with 3 minutes left. Oh, shit, I thought that one just went in. Ah, shit, Lakers score. But these in-game overs that we bet on are hitting. No, we'll see. We appreciate the kind gesture, Shy Picks. But, yeah, I'm serious about this. I know Sportsbook Review, they went through a lot of work for the IFBC, and I know they're considering an a conference for March Madness like the week before or something. But me personally, I'm in cold weather here. I'm planning on getting away for a couple of days somewhere. So I might go to Vegas, but I'd prefer to go to Costa Rica anyways. I'm used to Vegas. And doing the Super Bowl from there would be a good time. They've got a sports book there too at the casino. So we can bet cash. You get paid right there on the spot. It's not a book, but it's a machine. So it's like a betting machine. So we can bet on the Super Bowl there, bet all of our props online and stuff. Spend a weekend in Costa Rica, Friday to Sunday, whatever. Be a fucking great time. Get fucking wasted as fuck and watch the Super Bowl. And like I said, we're not going to be out of the loop. It's just one game. And we can get the mainstream network. So we'll get all the basketball games on during the day there and shit. Yeah, I'm going to send I'll speak to you after, big man. I'll send you a message after, big man. We'll talk about it. But I'll press Zach. And we'll get you guys to say, hey, we want this. We want the big man in the Sunday night betcast to be in Costa Rica. And then you guys can come down, too. It's not even that expensive to go. Like I said, I don't want SBR to spend a ton of bucks on this or anything, but we'll see if we can make something work. And I personally think it should be our reward, big man, for fucking putting up with fucking 17 consecutive shit-ass fucking Sunday night games. We always kidded, you got to hook us up, Zach, here, right? This is the thing we'll say, bring me and big man down to the Super Bowl, fuck, Super Bowl weekend. Put us up at the Sheraton, where we stayed for the weekend. We'll do the Super Bowl. We'll do some great content for you down there. And we'll do a Super Bowl betcast. And the listeners can come down if they want and fucking party with us in Costa Rica. I don't know. Jimmy the Bag seems to fucking live there now. So we can go there for a few days. Yeah. The Sunday Night Football Pain Fest, Big Will. We're getting 10,000 viewers fucking watching us suffer watching bad football on Sunday nights. Yeah, we'll start the campaign tomorrow. I'm not. Don't start harassing anyone. We'll speak to them nicely here first. 122, 116. So we get to 138. I'll even put it this way, like, exactly, Chris Edge. I'll even put it this way, like, we'll say, all right, just fly us down there. If like you said, Jimmy the Bag sleeps on the couch there or something. I'm not sleeping on the couch of any office. So if they really don't want to pay for the hotel, how much can a hotel in Costa Rica be? Yeah, I'll stay in a hotel somewhere, but I need a vacation anyways. I need a mini getaway. The funniest thing, Chris Edge was there. The funniest thing, when we went to Costa Rica, it was like, everyone's like, be careful, I was like, man, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm not going to get in trouble. There I am, like, that night, fucking wasted on the street, smoking weed. There's a fucking cop, like, 8 feet away from me, and I don't even care. Fuck. I'm like, everyone tells, there's a local one. He's like, he's not going to even get out of his car. Fuck. We're fucking blazing. All right, let me just look right now for a flight. Let's just see what it costs. And we'll set this up. We can hang out again, Chris and Kyle and everyone. The cool dudes can come down, hang out a couple of days. Super Bowl, fucking why not? Be a good time. San Jose, Costa Rica, flight. Toronto. All right, let's leave the Friday before the Super Bowl. February the 2nd. I just did one way, so it's just quicker, the prices. It's $300 only. Vegas is so expensive during Super Bowl weekend, and there's a shitload of people there, all these dicks and shit. Better off fucking Costa Rica be a better time. I imagine that Del Rey has a pretty good Super Bowl party. It'd be cool, too. We could be on there. We could bring Low Shack on and Jimmy. We can bring the guys on that are down there. Yeah, I'm even talking for you guys. Check your city right now how much it is. Like, I'll tell you right now, from Toronto, Ontario, you got to stop. It's an 8-hour flight total, but whatever. You stop in fucking, where do you stop? Idaho? Are you kidding me? No, Houston, sorry. Yeah, so it's Toronto to Houston and then Houston to Costa Rica. 8 hours and 19 minutes later, you're there. What if all right, nonstop. I'm more of a rock star. Nonstop. $467, 5 hours and 10 minutes. That's nothing. 5 hours and 10 minutes. Boom, I'm there. Fuck. I can leave fucking, perfect. Hey, look at this. I can leave. I got a flight here right now. Air Canada. I can leave Friday, November the 2nd, Friday for February the 2nd at 4:55. I'll get into Costa Rica 5 hours later, and it'll be 9:05 local time when I get there. So I'll get there Friday night at 9 o'clock. Super Bowl weekend, party it up Friday night. Party it up Saturday, and then Sunday, fucking, do the shows with Big Man. And do a big Super Bowl party. See, I'm a great planner. We're not going to get the cover, boys. No, I'm not saying it's happening. I'm just bringing it up. I'm looking, I think it's a good idea. All right, guys, so we got to get out of here as well. It's getting late. Jazz is going to Thailand. And stay tuned. We actually have quite a few. Well, we're coming to Vancouver, Jazz. We've got quite a few. We've got a few live events coming up. I haven't made it official yet. But, we haven't done a live show since last year, our anniversary show in Montreal. So it's been another year. We're going to do a 16th year anniversary sports rage show. And looks like it's going to be Vancouver. It looks like we're shooting for looks like this year's anniversary road rage. We haven't done a road rage in a year. And it looks like this year we'll do it in Vancouver. Tentatively, Friday night, January the 5th. Our anniversary is actually January the 6th. 16 years it'll be on January the 6th. That was my first ever show. So we're looking at that Friday night in Vancouver, January 5th, except this shit's going to kill me because Homicide, my band, we're doing our first concert in years on fucking Saturday night, December the 30th in Montreal. So if you're in Montreal, we're going to need your support. Come down to the bar we're playing. The Catacombs. Classy place. So we'll be in Montreal and we'll be in Vancouver. Similar to last year, actually. Back-to-back weeks. That shit's going to fuck me up, but that's sort of what I'm looking at. My mother lives in Vancouver. I want to see her, but I'm not going to go Christmas Day and shit. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to be busy taping a bunch of shows. I've got a concert to play on December the 30th. I got to get ready for. But then I think after that Friday night seems like a good time to hit Vancouver up, do a show Friday night, spend the weekend at my mother, well, at a hotel, but hang out with my mother. And then maybe later in the month for the Super Bowl in Costa Rica, we'll see. But another plus night. Good shit, Bobbert. That's the anniversary. January. That's the day Sports Rage was born, bro. Your birthday's the same day. Your birthday is the same day as the Sports Rage's birthday. The day that the Rage was born. Hey, but you know what? I can't believe we have 37 thumbs down. Fuck. Give us a thumbs up on the way out here. Must be the YouTubers that didn't get the Laker game. They were unhappy. All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Another plus night. We gave you some winners. We lose the Golden State game, but everything else went pretty well. Plus night again. Plus units. Follow Big Man. He's crushing it. Watch my picks tomorrow on the Fantasy Sports Network YouTube page. I'm crushing it. And watch a TV show live. We'll have some great guests tomorrow, including Teddy Covers, Joe Lisi. Thanks for the kind words, Kitchener Ranger Ray. See you later, Gambling God. See you later, Grinch. Kyle Johnson, Craig West. Oh, yeah, another thing, too. Maybe Kyle Johnson wants to go, but I'm going to go to the MLS Cup next Saturday. It's in Toronto. Championship MLS Cup. I'm going to bet a big money bet on it on the under because it's going to be freezing cold. It's going to be another scoreless draw. We're going to go to the game. We're going to win money. Other than that, you're on your own later.